Ladies and gentlemen, those between and those far out, longtime viewers and newcomers alike, welcome back to the Idaho Esports Twitch channel. Today is December 9th.
Mhm.
Beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Wish I could call it an afternoon confidently, but it is a little dark outside. But with Dead Week not around the corner, we're just here now. We're changing up the show a little bit for this week. And we wanted to give a little bit of a showcase to some talent that we have here in the lab. So today, first guest on that we have for that is Jack Mayer, the sole Street Fighter representative of the Vandal Esports program. I wish I could say that Danny counts. I don't know where he is today. So you're the sole representative of Street Fighter for today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna guess him and Ethan are probably just working hard on their finals and everything going on.
Of course, of course. Well, Jack, welcome
Thank you.
to the corner, to the couch. I hope things are comfortable.
Yeah, honestly, pretty comfy couch. Second time I've been on it, so.
Yeah, you have been here before for Vandals Offline.
Yes, we talked about fighting games.
Yes, I did the thumbnail for that episode.
It was an excellent thumbnail, by the way.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that I got to do it. It was a fun episode to watch. I feel like we could talk about this more for sure. Maybe we could just start talking about it now. But I feel like fighting games here at Vandal Esports are kind of severely underrepresented, whether that's in player count that we have for the teams, whether that's in just like the amount of like love that we actually give to those teams.
Yeah.
As most viewers of the channel know, and obviously yourself, the fighting games don't get streamed that often.
No, they really don't.
And the closest thing that we have is Smash. And everybody else who plays any other fighting game says that Smash is like not at the same caliber of fighting game as
there's
other
arguments.
fighting games.
There's arguments to made for both. I'm in the it is a fighting game.
Yeah, I would.
camp.
I mean, it's in the title. It's a platform fighter.
Exactly. And the thing is, I think with Smash is just it's probably the most popular around there because I know everyone's like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but the thing is like Smash is universally beloved because it's Nintendo. Everyone knows Nintendo characters. Everyone knows Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, things like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows that, and so it's very easy to be like, oh, hey, look, there's this game where I can play as these guys and play against my friends. Yeah, I'll play that. And also, Nintendo consoles are just notoriously great.
Yeah, and it's very true. Do you have a Switch 2 yet?
I do not have a Switch 2 because for me, there's not enough on it to justify me upgrading to it because I bought an OLED a couple of years ago, actually, when I think it was a sophomore. I bought my own because we had the family Switch when it first came out, and I wanted to have my own Switch so I can continue playing my games without having to ferry it back and forth between college and home so other people can play it. So it's just like, I'm going to buy one. I have the money. I'm going to get it, transfer all my files over, although I still need to get my Animal Crossing save before I leave on my trip because I want to play the new update that comes out in January, and I need to look at what my island looks like 3 years not playing it.
No, it's I feel like that's a fair point, and maybe it's a thing with somewhat niche communities, FGC music communities and stuff. That you want to gatekeep things that people like you personally want to think is niche, right? And a lot of people think that fighting games are like a really specific niche, and I don't feel like it's very productive for the community to gatekeep the space in that way.
Yes, I will argue. I think it's more niche now as opposed to back in the day when arcades were still the massive thing in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when Street Fighter 2 came out, the arcade scene, it exploded in popularity. Everyone knew what it was, even if you weren't a gamer, you knew about it.
It was just relevant in pop culture related things, I'm sure, as well. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're hearing casters.
Yeah.
That's what that is. But yeah, speaking of arcades and stuff like that, I guess we can talk a little bit about some older times in the life of Jack Mayer.
Okay.
Did I introduce you as Meyer, by the way? Because
you said Mayer. You said it right.
I was because I was thinking back earlier. I couldn't remember if I said the right pronunciation.
Yeah, there's the people in my life. I've encountered a Mater, a Meyer, a Maze, and but like I've encountered all those different people, even in my own hometown, because my dad, his name is Jason Mayer. In his same class, there was a Jason Meyer. A one-letter difference. So he went by J. Meyer. So there's Jason, then Jay. But
I see. Well, in the older days of young Jack, if you would so care to enlighten me on what initially sparked your interest of fighting games. Obviously, you to compete at the level that you have been
Yeah.
for a while, you had to have at least stuck with fighting games for a while, or stuck
Mhm.
with Street Fighter in particular for a while.
Mhm.
I remember from some brief communications that we had around the time that I made the thumbnail for the Vandals Offline episode,
Yeah.
as well as some things that were talked about on that episode in particular. Obviously, Street Fighter is not the only fighting game that you
Yeah.
play, but I'm just curious about where that all started for you.
So it kind of thinking back, it kind of started with a small. Oh, I say small. It's no longer they're no longer making the games. Soul Calibur. Soul
Yeah.
Calibur 4 specifically. It was on the Xbox 360. It's the one that had the Star Wars characters in it. So Yoda was on the Xbox, Vader was on the PlayStation. It was at a cousin's house, and I played. I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And then I got it, and then started playing it more. And then I have the infamous story of like when I went to Seaside with my family, and we went to an arcade. Mom was like, "Oh, hey, Street Fighter 2, I played that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then she just destroyed me,
Yeah.
and that just started me on kind of a I wouldn't say a revenge fueled path, but it was a motivation. I'm like, I'm gonna find an online emulator and I'm gonna start learning it, and I did okay.
Mhm.
But then the first like big fighting game that I sunk so much time into was when Bandai Namco and Arxis made Dragon Ball Fighters. It is Fighters. It's
Ah,
not Fighter Z.
that's
Important distinction.
fighters. As
Fighters.
I never understood where the Z, because I understand like Dragon Ball Z, but I mean
Yeah,
if you're putting it at the end of a word like that, like it just seems
it's
like a plural
confusing.
word. Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, I played the open beta for that game and I loved it. And so when my dad was like, "Hey, what do you want for your birthday?" I was like, "We get this," because it comes out like a month prior.
mhm.
So he got that. I played it, and I played a lot of it. And I still play it to this day. We got a patch not even like a couple months ago, and we're getting more patches and a new character after like 3 years of not having any like updates or patches or new characters. They're like, "Hey, the game is still popular. Like, let's keep making stuff." So we're getting another shocker, another Goku, which I
That's
think is the if I'm doing my scale right, the 14th Goku we have in that game.
Well, of course, you gotta milk it for what it's worth, right?
Exactly. We gotta have our blue, our
Of
yellow, our
course.
silver hair, our kid, his other kid, his father, and like the evil Goku who's not Goku. We gotta have them all.
Of
But
course.
that was the one I sunk the most time into, and that's where I think my love of fighting games really came from. Because the year that came out, we went to Vegas. We were
Uh-huh.
going for an orchestral concert for Kingdom Hearts. That's like my favorite video game series of all time. We were driving back, and we stayed the night in Boise because we drove from Vegas to Boise in one day, and then we'd hit Boise to home after.
Of
Um,
course. Yeah.
I log in that night, and I look at my phone, and it's the Evo Finals, which for those of you who don't know, Evo is like the biggest fighting
Fighting
game
game
tournament in the
ever.
world.
Just
Yeah, each year it keeps getting more and more, and now they're doing international locations.
mhm.
That was the first year Dragon Ball Fighters was there. I didn't know that Evo was in Vegas until that very moment. Thing is, I saw people walking around with like the lanyards and things. I'm like, oh man,
It's like some
there's
Evo
like
fans
something
around
coming
here.
on. And then I'm in the hotel. I'm on the leather couch because I don't want to
Mhm.
lay on a bed. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like,
So were you
wait a
in
minute.
the hotel that Evo was taking place in?
No, we were off the strip, but we walked along the strip like for a couple of the days. And
I
so
see, yeah.
I saw all these different people going around. And I'm just like, oh, that's really cool. And I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's a pyramid, which is actually where it was the finals were at. And
Yeah.
I look at my phone. It's like, we are here live in Las Vegas. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah, I'm in Las Vegas.
I was just there. No! And so I watched it that night, and it was wonderful. I loved it. And every year since then, I've watched Evo. And it's really fun. Because a lot of those I just watch by myself because like no one really cares. But this
course.
year, I got to get Daniel and Vincent. I invited them over, and we watched the finals day on like Sunday. We watched that, and it was a really good time watching it with people who actually like understood fighting games, and it was
yeah.
so much fun.
Well, that is super cool. I
Yeah.
I like hearing stories about that because it relates like really similar to my own story about like my competitive interest in Overwatch,
Mhm.
and it was basically just at some point I kind of stumbled into the esport. I'm like, whoa, this game actually looks really fun competitively. Was it something similar for that as well? Was it like an inspiring thing to like watch world class players
Yeah,
at the game?
it was really interesting because a lot of the characters, especially in that first year, I didn't play any of them. I played the characters I thought looked cool and who I had personal relations with because, like, I love Gohan, I love Trunks, and then Goku Black was brand new. It was like, because I hadn't watched the newest series Super at the time. I was like, who is this evil Goku looking guy? I like him. He's funny. And then just watching like the meta evolve, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this. They're doing this kind of tech movement. maybe I could do that too. And then I entered in, I think, like 2 or 3 tournaments online, and I didn't do very well in any of them, but it was still just fun to do that. And then it was 3 years ago. I was watching the finals for Street Fighter V.
Mm.
So I was watching a streamer. He was watching. I was like, yeah, well, let's watch Max Dude. I'm fine with that. And then the announcement came out for Street Fighter 6. I'm like, oh, this looks fun. I think I'm gonna try it out.
Really?
And then they announced like the closed beta is happening. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I missed the first one. Second one, I got in. I played for a full weekend. It was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play this. And then I played it for about a semester. And then the first week of the second semester, the spring semester, I saw a flyer that's like, hey, we have an esports lab, and Street Fighter is one of the games we're playing. I'm like, I'm a Street Fighter player.
It's like,
I'm
this
gonna
is
go
my
down.
opportunity.
Yeah, it was just like I didn't know that you guys had the esports lab, because the thing is, I worked in this building. I would open and close it frequently, over 100 times at this point. And then I knew that this area was getting cleared out. I just didn't know what it was becoming. And then at that semester, I wasn't working here, so I didn't know it was down here. And then I was just like, oh my god, this used to be a computer lab. What happened? And then I met Wayne, and then I got registered, and I did that, and I think this is my 7th season doing it. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's my 7th season doing Street Fighter here.
Wow. And you have been around for a while. Like I do remember seeing you in my earlier years here, because I was here in like 2023. So that was,
I live here.
Yeah, that was a little bit ago.
I grew up in this area my entire life. So
that's another thing. Like usually we have like faculty on the show, and they're like they're from like other parts of the country, and we get to talk about like what drove them here. But you were not only born and raised here, but you're still here.
Yeah.
And I hear mixed opinions about people who are raised in Moscow, about the city itself. And I was wondering if you had any commentary on what life was like for you growing up here, and why you decided to continue higher education in your hometown.
So I grew up in Moscow for 4 years, and then we moved to Genesee, which is only like 14 miles south of here. But we still came here all the time because at the time both my parents worked at the university. My mom still works here. She works just not that far down there. But I grew up in Moscow. I got to see like all the different developments happening. Like I was like, oh hey, look at all those really identical houses. I remember when that was a field. And I remember this and I remember that. And it was like, it's very interesting to see like what kind of like life turned into, because growing up, like I would be at a daycare during the summer, and during that daycare we'd go to different places and I'd see different things. Then I'm now able to drive around. I'm able to see things on my own, and it's interesting. And I love growing up here because Moscow has a lot of different things that other places don't. Because like my hometown, we have a general store, we have 2 playgrounds, and that's it.
Yeah, I was
like
going to say, like, most of small town Idaho is kind of like nothing. So I'd imagine if you were around the area, as you were saying, like Genesee is like not too far from here. Some people from Troy also commute to Moscow. I would imagine that you were probably coming up here often anyway, just to do whatever errands that had to be done.
Oh yeah, no, we'd come here for farmers market, football games, and then if we had like grocery shopping, we could do at Winco, or if we needed more, we'd go down to Lewiston, Clarkston. But the reason why I came to this university is that both my parents did, and my mom still here. And there's something that's really nice for a lot of students, is that if you have a parent that works here, you have something called an independent tuition waiver, which can give you a discount on tuition.
Oh yeah, is it like 50% or so?
50% for 8 semesters. So pretty much a full 4 years. This is my 9th semester, so I had to pay full price this time. But until last year, or I guess this year, it only applied to 1 child at a time, even if you had multiple parents working here.
Really?
So my sister, who's 2 years younger than me, she's still getting her degree here. She's at Delta Zeta. She had to pay full price for a while, but now she's able to pay the half price for the rest of her time here. But then they're like this year, like, now if you have a second child, it's 25% off. I'm like, that would have been nice 4 years ago, but whatever.
I don't know why they don't just make it the whole family. Like, I understand it's like, oh, we're losing money or whatever, but I mean, like, I feel like that would encourage, like more legacy kinds of populations here at the university. And I don't think that's something that's frowned upon, at least at a public institution, right? If this was like a private institution, and you had a similar rule like that, and you had families like bringing kids in and getting the easy way in because basically the nepotism, right? And then being able to like attend for cheaper. being able to come to a public institution and continue funding that kind of culture that they have here,
Yeah.
I feel like would be beneficial to them. But I don't know.
I
I don't work in higher education administration.
I do think it
So
is useful because it gives an incentivization that's like, hey, you don't have to go wherever you need to go to like get a higher education. Like there are benefits to staying here.
mhm.
And the thing is, like, I grew up in this area. I knew the fight song since I was a child. Like I've been in these halls. I've been everywhere. I love this area, and so I was fine with staying here to like further my education and meet new people because that's the best part about the small town.
Mm.
You know everybody, but when you're on a college campus, you can know absolutely nobody, and no
And
one has to know you.
mhm.
So if you want that personal rebrand, where you're like, I don't have to be who I was. I can be a brand new person. You can be, or you can finally just find a place where you can truly be yourself. And that's one thing I love about the esports labs. Like everybody can just be themselves playing video games. And I love Daniel because like it's finally someone I can sit down side by side and play fighting games with. I can be myself. It's so great. And I I love everybody here. I love that everyone can be who they are and do not have to apologize for that.
That's very beautifully said. That's
Yeah.
very, very beautifully said. But actually, speaking of your relationship with Daniel, it's like,
We can say that.
yeah, it's a friend, it's a platonic relationship for
Yeah.
sure. But does beg the question, at least to me, if like how active were you in the local fighting game scene? Because when I first came
Ooh,
here, it
yeah.
seemed a little bit more popular, at least with Smash, both Ultimate and
Mhm.
Melee. And there were like some other people in the
Yeah.
police fighting game community in like some other titles, but
Yeah.
I also knew that the membership there was really strong. It's a big platform fighter community.
Yeah.
But like there's like the Strive community was really small. The Street Fighter community, from what I understood, was really small. But I was still curious to see like had you ever gone to any locals growing up?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. So actually, here we had Beak Bonk not too long ago.
that is true.
I say not too long ago. That was like a year ago, but
Rest in peace.
rest in peace. But I participated in the Street Fighter section of that, and there was at least I want to say like 12, 14 people that we all signed up for it, and then we also had a stock exchange down here where we actually had a guy named Snake Eyes from Snake Eyes, Snake Eater, one of the two.
Mhm.
We had him come down from Spokane, and he's actually like someone who's trying to organize a lot more Pacific Northwest scenes because a lot of the scenes that exist up here is primarily Spokane or really, really small things here and there.
Mhm.
But
Kind of like the Palouse in a way.
yeah, and a lot of the events on the West Coast usually happen down in like SoCal.
Mhm.
So it was nice to have that, and I've actually gone to a couple of his other events because he's trying to host more things up in Spokane, and I mean, I'd love to go to more, but a lot of them just happen on weekends that I was either working, busy, or had other commitments to.
Of course, yeah.
I'm hoping to do more. I'd love to keep competing, even if it's just for fun. Like I love playing. And the thing is, I'm not upset if I lose.
Mm.
That's something
I
that
think it's a big mental thing that you have to have with fighting games.
Oh yeah, because
'cause,
90% of the time you are going to lose because you're going to keep messing up on one or two things.
of course,
But
of course.
having that mindset is like I can improve. If I'm losing, there's something I'm not doing right. But if I do win, then that's finally all that culmination finally paid off. And honestly, I think it made me a better competitor too because I'm just like, yeah, I lost. I'd be happy to play you again though. And even sitting down here with Daniel when he goes like on a 45 win streak before I finally get the one, I'm like, I got the one.
I got the one,
I
and that's all
finally
that
got
matters. I got my one.
Yep.
You can just
And
back out.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy if I win one. I'm happy if I win 100. I'm happy if I lose 100. And I love it because there's always time to practice. There's always something new to learn. And the meta is always changing to make my character more and more terrible. I'm serious. 3 patches in a row, they've nerfed him down. I'm like, please, leave him alone. I like my angry German boxer. He's fine. But yeah, he's great. I love Daniel. I love the community. I love the team. And I'm a little sad that this is my last time being down here. But I'm hoping to still stick around and just be like, hey, if time allows me, I'd like to come watch you guys or even play some casuals.
Well, Jack, if depending on if you stick around the community, I'd love to see you become an ambassador for the Palouse Smash community or just Palouse fighting game community in general. The rest of the fighting games that are very underrepresented around the space. But
Yeah.
we are out of time for the
Alrighty.
interview. Mostly my fault because I let some of these questions go on for a little bit too long. But I hope you enjoyed it. Either
I
way,
loved it.
I appreciate that you got to join me here.
Mhm.
I'll do my formal passing of the talking stick now instead of at the beginning. If you want to plug anything or
Uh,
anything like that, I don't know.
I don't really have a whole lot, but Simply J on Instagram. I'm going to try to be updating that a lot more because I want to still be in contact with a lot of people and find some posts. And worst comes to worst, you can find me around the lab. I'm here semi-regularly, so if you want to see me, just come say hi. Or you'll find someone down here and they'll give you my contact. I'm also on Discord. I'm still in the esports Discord, so I'll be there for another couple years. So if people are like, "Hey, I want to talk about Street Fighter," I'll just be like,
I'm here.
"Hello, let me introduce you to our cold." No, not a cold. Our group.
Our group.
Yes.
And also, there's no like honorary ending of the jersey because you already have a jersey. You're already a player.
Yep.
Not an honorary player. You're just here.
Yep.
Do you have any games this week?
No.
Yeah, I'm getting.
I finished my season. My other two teammates made it to postseason, but hey, all three of us have made it to postseason within the last 2 years, so I'm happy.
Hey, that's a good streak to have.
Yep.
But yeah, that's at least it that we have for the interview.
Sounds good.
So again, thank you for joining me here at the couch. I hope it was comfortable.
Very comfortable.
As for now, I'm going to be bouncing it back to our casters tonight. Our Valorant JV team is playing their third place match against Southeastern Missouri State University. Sure to be an awesome time, and I would hate for you guys to miss it, and I'd also hate for you guys to miss us. But in the meantime, we are going to dip. This has been Kaz Phoenix from the Vandal pre-show signing off.
Go Vandals.
Hello, everyone. I hope your days are going super because my day is. And is your day going super?
My day is going excellently, especially now that I get to sit here with you, Bradical. It's a great day to be a Valorant fan, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for an exciting match for tonight. Who are we up against tonight, my friend?
We are up against Southeastern Missouri State University. It is a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah.
So we might call them like Semo.
They are also known as the Red Hawks. If you would like
Red
to know
Hawks.
and go by the mascot names, we can go by Vandals. They can go by Red Hawks, one way or another. We have an exciting match for you tonight. I believe that this match actually, if you want to take a look at this bracket here really quick, this is the final standings, actually. I don't know if you knew this, but we had a very close match with Sacred Heart from last week, if you remember. And they ended up winning the whole tournament, 3-1.
Wow. Okay, so a best of 5, yeah,
Correct.
3-1 is pretty crazy. It was such a close game, us against Sacred Heart. It was just down to the wire. There was a couple overtime maps. It was a great series. So if you guys haven't watched that, I'd go check it out even now. But before you do, make sure to keep watching this stream because this is to decide third place. This is for. This is for podium.
These are for
right
medals.
Here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you got to put your whole heart out playing for this final match of the season. If you're both the Vandals and the Red Hawks for going into the season. So, as you guys can probably imagine, much like how winners finals was best of 5, tonight we will also be playing a best of 5, and we're gonna go ahead and get started here on Haven. Actually,
oh boy, some Haven action. I haven't seen Haven in a decent while, not since the start of the ECAC League.
Yeah, and especially not even from our JV team. Our JV team has never played on Haven as far as I'm aware, at least on stream that we've watched.
Yeah, I don't really remember seeing any Haven, so it will be a new experience for us. These two teams have faced off before. Vandals did come with the win in a 2-0 fashion, but it was pretty close on one of the maps. The other map, Vandals started to cook. So we'll have to see how this best of 5 series turns out to be.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how we're going to start. We're going to have the Vandals starting on defense, which I believe that they got to pick side, because I don't think this was their map pick, realistically. So them starting on defense seems like the most logical choice.
Yeah, it'd be weird if Haven was their map choice in playoffs and they haven't played it in a while in the game. So, yeah, can only assume it is the Red Hawks map pick. But looking at the setup, it is just going to be a classic 2-1-2. And Red Hawks could try and full send this C site here. That's what I like to do on pistol rounds.
I think it makes the most sense, especially if you know that the enemy Cypher is probably realistically going to be the only one there. So, like, having that information, like, hey, it's only probably going to be the one guy, let's just go bum rush him, which it looks like that is exactly what we're going to go ahead and do.
Oh, wow. Okay, Sofa with the leading charge right there. Jet falling behind. Awesome Sauce not landing the shots. Just a bit overwhelmed. And that spike is going to go right on down. Super fast right there. And they have the number advantage.
Ooh, nice shot from Malabois. That was very impressive.
Yeah, with the frenzy. Oh, jumping. Some bad timing right there. Logor with a nice shot. It is all left to him. So let's see if he can continue this. And it's actually very doable. Both of the enemy players are super low HP. It's just a matter of finding them before they find you.
Oh, is he going to see? He doesn't see the gun barrel here.
Oh!
Finds the one back sight. Is able to spray him down. But Salem here is going to cause an issue. He knows that they're off due to the reload. And he's not going to get spotted out.
Oh!
Headshot!
What the heck? Oh, man. He doesn't have time, but...
That was an insane headshot. I'm not going to cap. I thought for sure, I was like, oh, he just easy body tap. That's all he needs to get this kill. But headshot? All right, Logor, my bad.
Yeah, that reaction time was insane going straight off the spike. John Wick himself would be impressed by that. But it doesn't really matter because the Redhawks got the victory in the end.
Yeah, and I think that losing the pistol on Haven is especially important because you're always dealing with the 2-2-1, right? Because you can never have two defenders on one of these sites, it's really important to go into it having a gun advantage because then you can just fight both of the defenders, even if you like, oh, we were hitting A and there's two defenders, we're still going to hit it just because we have the gun advantage. So,
I've never even really considered that, but I totally agree. That makes so much sense. Straight ball knowledge right there. Redhawks working their way up towards mid. There is going to be a Cypher trip in Garage and in B that they will have to take care of. Sova Drone goes on out. He walks through the trip, but no Vandals are there to play off of it. And in comes to execute onto this B site, getting a lot of picks. All the Vandals going down, just left to 2 here. Okay.
Our Sanguine, actually, with the Marshal here, is able to get one on the dips, I believe.
Yeah, nice shot, but Marshall is going to be tough for this close range. Logor continuing where he left off in that previous round. The smoke. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, surely that lands right there. That looked on him. Logor just rushing onto sight.
My
Logor!
goodness.
Logor, what the heck?
That's got to be some of the cleanest headshots that we've seen all year.
What did this man eat before this game? This is crazy. I want his whole diet right now for the day. I want to know his whole routine for the day before this match because 6-0, only hitting headshots.
Yeah,
like
phenomenal round so far for Logor. You got to feel so bad if you're the Redhawks in that scenario. You pretty much had it down lock. It was a 3v5, turned 3v4, which is not the worst thing in the world, but in a situation like that, you really need to be able to close out those.
I'm pretty sure it was a 2v4.
Yeah, at one point, yes, it was a 2v4.
That is crazy right there.
That being said, it sounds like we're getting a tech pause, maybe? We're thinking about it. The timer is running, so I'm curious if we're going to have to wait until the next round in order to get the tech pause, or if we're just going to do it.
Yeah, we saw Salem kind of, it looked like he was kind of lagging or something in his perspective. So probably trying to fix that, but I don't know. Redhawks look like they're trying. Okay, no, they're just lurking. It is just going to be.
Yeah, I imagine that we might get a reset on this round, so we'll see how this all plays out.
But that save round victory for Idaho just completely ruins the economy for Redhawk, and turns the advantage straight back to them. And as you were saying, having the gun advantage is that much better, especially on Haven with more area around the map. But yeah, they are just trying to figure it out. Maybe pause match. I didn't even know there was birds in the sky right there.
I didn't either. I think that's one of those things. Well, one, gamers don't look up, obviously.
Yeah. Only the click heads.
Yes. Looks like we are going to execute, maybe?
Wait, okay, I guess they're playing the round. We'll commentate as if they are. Spike is getting down and the seconds are dwindling, but oh man, Idaho just clearing out the site right there, and it was a bit of a scuffed round. they might just not count this round. I don't fully know, but
I think what would happen is that since the Redhawks had called for the tech pause and then it didn't happen, they would just forfeit that round, if that makes sense, which it looks like they lost the round anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. So we should see either a timeout or, yeah, we're getting the pause right now. So we'll go ahead and chill on this POV right here. Very nice box. Thank you,
great box. I actually love that box. The amount of times I hide on top of that box.
Oh, you get on top. Okay,
yeah, because people don't look up. There's a reason you didn't know there was birds up in the sky right there, all right?
It's true. You know what? You caught. I don't look up. You got me.
Yeah,
and
I'm also in the sky.
That's very fun. I know a lot of people will end up playing behind the box a lot of times, and then they'll either get flashed out or mollied out. So
or just wall banged.
Yeah, that just happens like that. So we'll see. I'm curious if I know Logor wasn't moving at the beginning of that round for a little bit of it, so I'm curious if we're the ones that needed the tech pause too. I don't.
It looks like he's working on something with the PC, maybe some audio issues, but Diabolic is here. He's been here for every JV match, and oh man, that's some good Vandal support right there, telling them some awesome strats. He's on the varsity team, trying to help out the JV squad.
Not only that, but he is on the lookout for potential up-and-comers to move up to the varsity squad. We will eventually have people who will be graduating as of the spring of this year. So we are also on the lookout for the new prospecting students who might end up being on the varsity team. We might be watching one of them tonight. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, given how this JV team has performed, I would not be surprised if quite a bit of them move up, depending on how much space there are. Like Sanguine, he's got some crazy aim, great duelist. We got Logor. I mean, we just saw him the first 2 rounds right there, just clicking on heads, and the rest of the team they work really well together. There's a reason they were undefeated throughout the regular season.
It's true. So we'll have to see how far they're able to take it tonight, and we'll hopefully see a good showing from not only from the Vandals, but also from the Redhawks as well. I mean, even if they've lost 2 of the 3 rounds that they've played so far, they've been able to get the bomb down every single round so far, which means that their site executes are actually going quite well on the Vandals, which doesn't surprise me because they've hit the sites with the least number of people on it every single time, which means that their gambling is very good.
Yeah, some good play calling right there, some good mind reading. And C-site, especially in these early rounds, is just a much easier site, I'd say, to take, other than like A-site. A-site's pretty hard without you
have to commit a lot of util.
You do.
A lot of util, a lot of weaponry. I would highly recommend Redhawks, if you do end up watching this VOD back, if you ever are in a situation where you need to be on a pistol of some kind or some sort of save, generally B is going to be the hit that you want to try and go for. Generally, you don't want to hit B on a buy because your guns are way better, and it's very easy for your opponent to retake because they can retake from both sides. So that's the one that you want to do your eco on, pretty much. But
I didn't even
imagine walking down C long with classics. Like, it's just so hard.
Well, I know about the save rounds. Just try and go for B, maybe some A. C round, if you're going C on the save round and they have guns, I don't
mind it as long as they go through garage. That's fine. Going through garage is much better than going through C long. And maybe you can have somebody lurking up C just to try and get that timing and make that presence known. But you don't want to send up 5 normally.
Just want to be close quarters and play with your team on the save rounds. That's usually the strategy most teams go for. Just play as a team. And, I mean, honestly, speaking about playing as a team, our JV squad plays as a team, dare I say, better than varsity. Dare I say.
I don't think that you need to stand on a soapbox in order to get that out to the world. I think that is pretty accurate as far as our Vandals go, which is good. It's good to see that they have incorporated that team play and they've really bonded as a team throughout this entire semester. Because I believe that almost nobody was a returning player from this roster. Sanguine would be the only one that I think would have returned, but everybody else I'm pretty sure was brand new this year.
Don't think, maybe from the past, but from last semester, I think they were all newcomers.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. So
I could not confirm that myself. So yeah, they are a brand new team. From the ground up, they built themselves, and they've brought themselves all the way to 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. And it was that close to making championship. It is literally like a round difference, just not going our way.
Yeah.
But future's looking bright for our varsity teams.
Mhm.
Definitely super excited to see that in the future.
Do you know who is still in playoffs for the rest of the University of Idaho esports?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I got to you for. I have your answer for you if you can't get to it.
Smash can't, or they just lost
Yes, that is
yesterday,
correct.
unfortunately. We have Thursday Rocket League. Oh,
Yep.
Rocket League.
Rocket League will be in the
Is
finals.
it
Actually,
championship?
it will be
Yeah.
championship.
Oh,
game on
championship
Thursday.
for Rocket League. Oh man. Is there any other team? Oh, is it League of Legends?
League of Legends is the other big
Okay.
one. Yes. So our League of Legends team has done an excellent job. They ended up upsetting the number 2 seed in their bracket, and they have made it all the way to the winners finals for that very reason.
Oh.
So it was a very, very close game 3. So they were very, very hyped. According to our League of Legends players, those were the first and only 2 losses that the opposing team had all season.
Oh
was
my
to us
gosh.
in the semifinals. So
That's just aura.
yeah.
That's aura right there. And all of our teams have performed really well this semester.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if you remember from last semester. Pretty much all of our teams, almost all of them made it into playoffs, and then almost all of them ended up bombing out round 1 or 2. So it's really fun to see how much further all of our teams have made it this semester. There's been a lot of growth that I think has come from the program because of it.
Yeah, the only real upset I can think of is R6 going out on round 1 in
Yeah.
playoffs. But I bet next semester they'll have a new lit fire.
Yeah,
beneath them.
they want to take that trophy home so bad. They're one of our few teams that have taken a trophy home, and I know that they also have some of their graduating players, and so they're like, hey, this is probably going to be the strongest our team is going to be here in the next couple of years. We want to try and make it go out with a bang if we can. So
Yeah, and we also have tournaments not just for players. We got open tournaments that we have been starting to do.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did a GeoGuessr tournament recently. That was super fun to watch.
Mhm.
I was guessing random countries. I was right about 1% of the time, but we are getting word. Oh, did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
what was it?
Finish your thought first, and then we
Oh,
can.
okay. But we also have another open tournament coming up this Thursday for the finals. Probably
Yeah.
a game you haven't heard of in a minute.
It has been it has been almost exactly a year to the day that the finals has come out. It came out sometime in November is when it came out. if I
Really?
remember. Yeah.
Did I play in beta? I feel like I played it so long ago. That's
I think
crazy.
I did play it in beta when it was first
Yeah.
announced. I ended up playing it in the. I don't remember. I think it was an open beta is when I was playing
Mm-hmm.
it, but it was around a year ago is when we started playing it. So we are having an open tournament for it. So if you want to compete, you're more than welcome to hop on down to the esports lab and be like, "Yo, I want to register. I got team of 3. We think we can win it all.
Yeah, 7 p.m. this Thursday.
Cash out or crash out."
I like that. I like that.
I stole that.
Oh, okay. Hey, don't say that. Don't say that next time.
Only trademark. But we have received some word from our production that we are currently waiting on an admin to kind of figure out how the tech pause stuff is going on right now. I believe that I don't actually.
Oh, the one round probably.
Yes. I think we're trying to determine who wins the round and whether or not we need to play it out is what I'm going to guess that we're trying to figure out. So we're just waiting on responses from admins of ECAC. So we're chilling here for just a little bit.
Just straight up vibing.
Yeah.
A super fun experience I did yesterday was casting for the high school Valorant League.
Yeah. They're currently they are having a phenomenal season, I've heard, actually. So can you go into that a little bit more?
Yeah, it was my first match casting. It was a semifinals match. It was North Carolina Virtual Academy versus Washington Virtual Academy. It was a fun watch. Washington came out with a pretty dominant victory, so they are going to championship. And championship is happening next Monday. But, man, the high school players are really good. And I think as the generations keep on coming, the better and better gamers there are. And the more unks there are at gaming.
I actually think that's one of the fun things about gaming that has been occurring, especially in the more recent years, is, you started with the kids in the 80s who were like, yeah, I'm 40 in my mom's basement playing these really old video games. And it's slowly over time been like, yeah, no, this is becoming more and more of a cultural norm, and we're going to lower that average age range down by a lot. And then just anybody who's willing to pick up a controller these days and just, play a game of Mario Party, or maybe just sit down and watch, the new Minecraft or the FNAF movie that just came out
Yeah.
recently, or things like that. So it's a lot of fun seeing how young these new players are testing the waters with how they want to dip their toes into esports. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I dabbled in a little bit of Warzone recently.
Okay.
First time I played it in like a couple years or something. It was super fun, but 2 or 3 times. I think it was 2. I don't know about the third one. 2 times I got clipped by a kid. I got clipped by like a 7-year-old on the mic. I was like, oh great.
And they have mics, and they'll let you know.
Yes, yeah. They talk the most trash. It was insane. I was yelling at them, obviously, because if they're gonna yell at me,
We gotta fight
I'm
back.
gonna yell back.
We got it. We got it. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I immediately uninstalled the game after that session.
Yeah, that sounds like the Warzone experience to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it took like a couple hours to install. Took less than a second to uninstall.
Yeah, that is the beauty of gaming as a whole. But, if it took you a couple hours to install your game, it sounds like your internet is having kind of some problems. I mean, for a big game like that, it shouldn't really take you any more than like an hour at the most,
Yeah. Oh, man. My internet is just so slow. If only there was a way to fix it.
I have great news for you, Bradical. There is a
You do?
new-ish company called Ziply Fiber out there who is willing to service the people in the Pacific Northwest with fiber internet at the low price of at minimum $10 a month.
$10 a month?
$10 a month. It's as low as $10. I mean, if you want to participate with Ziply Fiber and get some of the best and fastest internet you can in the Pacific Northwest, go ahead and go to www.ziplyfiber.com/students and use code students at checkout to potentially get as low as $10 a month on your internet bill.
I know for a fact I will be zipping straight towards that website, and I might be zipping due to a certain drink that gives me some energy, Monster Energy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I have a confession to make.
What is your confession? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Confession or?
Oh, it's a confession.
Okay.
I haven't had too much Monster. I've only had just the regular flavor before, but recently, the past 2 weeks, I've been trying flavors, and so far, it's like 4 for 5. 4 for 5 on the flavors for me.
Wow.
And I didn't think I was that much of an energy drink guy, but I don't know, man. They're kind of dangerous.
I think the reason you're finding them so dangerous is that Monster has their brand new shipment of flavors that they have come out, which we've been demoing as far as these last 2 weeks from our most recent shipment from them, and so we greatly appreciate them and their support for us. So if you will like some energy drink, go grab some Monster. They're there for you.
Yeah, I tried the white Monster. You have to.
You have to, yeah.
For the meme, and yeah, it's worth to be glazed. It's really good. It's a really good drink. And I tried Electric Blue. I'm a sucker for artificial blue flavor.
Okay.
Or like anything like blue candy, any of that. And yeah, it hit. It was awesome. But we did just see a surprising message here. Do you want to break the news?
Yeah, so our opponent, it sounds like we're going to remake the lobby is what
Yeah.
is happening right here. We have disconnected everything from our current lobby. So I imagine that we're going to end up remaking the lobby, and then there is a way that you can set it so you can set what the scores are initially. So I imagine that we're probably going to set the score to 1-1, if I were to imagine. That would be my guess as to what the ruling would be. We will get some more information on you about that. But we are currently working on remaking the lobby. You can see that all of our players there are chilling, having a good time. They have not left the current lobby, however. So we'll see if that is actually the case.
Oh, there might be a. They're thinking about it. I see one leave match button. I see that button quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of quit outs before the rounds are over.
I know.
I'm of the opinion that it's almost always winnable. And if you genuinely think it's not winnable, you should still play it out just to learn.
The amount of comebacks that not my team has done, but the opposing team has done on me, it's got to be true. Just stay in the game, stay gaming. And if so, what if you lose? You're gonna lose anyway if you just forfeit.
Yeah.
And if you win, that 1% of the time, you probably feel pretty good about yourself, and you'd probably reward yourself with a Monster Energy right there.
I mean, that's one of the greatest feelings in the world is making one of those insurmountable comebacks that you just did not think was possible, and then slowly over time you're like, wait, it's happening. We could do it. It's possible. And then it happens.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest feeling in the world. So don't ever quit. It'd be like that one Japanese guy who is telling you to never give up.
I want to say Bruce Lee, but that's
No.
definitely
There's the guy who's walking along the beach with the fish, and he's like, "You can do it. Don't you ever give up." And he's like wading in water.
Oh, I don't think I know that guy.
It's very
I probably know him.
inspirational.
I probably
It's very
know him.
inspirational. Go ahead and just look him up on the YouTubes, and you'll find him there. He's a lot of fun.
Good old YouTubes. I know the one guy that's like, just do it. Do it, like that one
Yeah,
from
Shia
way
LaBeouf.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Shia LaBeouf. Yep, that's his name right there.
Yep.
Oh, looking at the chat, I see Cyber in the chat. I'm pretty sure Cyber was on Sacred Heart University's squad.
Okay.
So congrats on the win, Cyber. Great job taking the trophy home. I'm glad it was you guys, since you guys beat us. I'm okay with that. That counts as a win in my books too. Yeah, Sacred Heart.
Yeah. Again, congratulations and a dominant 3-1 as far as the map pools go. We don't look at map 3. It happens. It was a close game. So, but. Yeah, they played their hearts out, their sacred hearts out, if you would, and they played it out well. So, congratulations to them. We're very glad to see that they're here in the chat.
Yeah, and the Red Hawks did go down. We didn't mention this. Went down in a 2-0 fashion. That's how they managed to get into this third place bracket right here. And I mean, our game with Sacred Heart. Okay, looking at these numbers, our game with Sacred Heart was closer than their game with Plymouth. Plymouth. I always mess that one up.
Yes, it's a weird one.
And then Sacred Heart goes on to win it all. So, based off the numbers, I think we have a little bit of advantage in the past history. But Red Hawks could come with some vengeance.
Yeah, one of the fun things about meeting people that you have played in a bracket later on in the bracket is that you can have the opportunity to go back and study the things that you've done, especially since we've been streaming a lot of our JV games. They do have that opportunity to go back. Both teams actually can go back and look at this VOD and say, hey, what were some of the mistakes that we were making? How does the opponent team play? What kind of strats do they go for? Do they have a unique strat that they go for on a pistol? You know, things to be on the lookout for. I know that I was talking with CS Sticks, the head of coach of our Counter-Strike team.
Makes sense, yes.
Yeah, that's not what CS stands for in his name, fun fact.
I know, yeah. I forgot what... Oh, yeah. Now I know.
Yeah,
I remember.
He remembers. He's in our chat. But yeah, he was saying that one of the only reasons that they were able to make it as far into their playoffs and get second place, losing to the Boilermakers, which is Purdue, was that they had studied the matchup against them, and they're like, yeah, we really think we can win just because they're always going to do this and this and this. And they were right every single time. So
yeah, but...
do your homework, kids. It is
do your
deadly.
homework.
Do your
It does make a big difference.
Yeah.
When I was on the JV team, we did we were only able to do one VOD review since that was the one on stream and no one was recording matches, which we probably should have done. But the week after we did the VOD review, that was our best win. So,
what can we say? The proof is
Yeah.
in the pudding, chat.
Yeah.
Do your homework, VOD review. Get your finals all set and ready. Are you ready for the finals week this week? Next week? Sorry.
I'm chilling because a lot of my finals I think are just project. It's 2 projects and the rest I've already done.
Oh wow!
I know that they did the final the week after Thanksgiving break, which is pretty crazy to me because I would have liked to have one more week before then, but I still did pretty good. So
you do what you can. So
yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that's going well for you. I hope it's going well for you guys at home as well. I mean, study well. Take your dead week. You relax, please. You guys deserve it.
Yeah, it is definitely a stressful time. But, hey, if you think about it, once you get past it, you just had Thanksgiving break, and now you're going straight into Christmas break.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just the section that always scares me about the school year is that Christmas break to spring break, since it's just such a long haul right there.
It's like a whole month pretty much where you're just not engaged with school in any way, which is different from summer because summer is like, yeah, I have 3 whole months of, I'm either working or I'm in an internship or even if I'm just at home waiting for the next semester, you're chilling pretty much the whole time. Whereas for Christmas break, you go home for Christmas, and then you eventually come back after a month, and so you acclimate to the Christmas season, and then you eventually are like, wait, I have to go back to school now? What? So that makes sense.
Gotta fix that sleep schedule as well.
Thank you for the cheers, Cyber. We really appreciate it. And appreciate it so much, we're going to get right back into this game finally.
Oh, man. Wow. When you cheered, the game comes back on. That's a weird coincidence right there.
Shouts out Cyber for cheering our teams on for us. We're able to get back into the match. I wonder if we're going to replay it out. I don't see the timers changing or anything. Oh, yeah, they're buying pistols and everything. So it sounds like we're just going to end up restarting the game.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. This could lead to some salty players depending on which side gets the worst end. Or they could just do the same exact thing they did.
We'll have to see, because already, right off the rip, the Red Hawks are looking to attack A instead of C long this round. So they have already tried to incorporate a different strategy going into this quote-unquote first game. So I'm curious to see if this take is going to be quite as well as their other takes have been so far.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny mind game since it's like deja vu right now. And I think the Red Hawks are going to try and fake this C site and then try and lurk up onto this A site. Yeah, throwing that Sova Dart, throwing some Omen smokes, trying to pull some rotations from Idaho. And it does get the defenders off of A site, so it's working really well right there. But
they're going a little slow, though. They're going to want to speed it up here if they want to take this A bomb site.
Yeah, and it looked like it was going to be a double back for Sova for Idaho, but he decides just to commit. Idaho just playing together, and only defender near is Sanguine. Spike is going to go down, so now Idaho knows that C is going to be the wrong site here.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4v5 retake here for the Vandals. You will notice that the Omen is lurking currently up through B. He has teleported past the trip, which means that he has an excellent timing in order to try and make it through this for this retake on the Vandals. So we'll have to see how they do. They are able to pick up 2 on site very, very fast. So if they're able to get these last 2 on site, this could be a bomb defusal. Oh yeah, now it's just the lurking Omen.
Oh yeah, he had no idea right there. And Logor is up in heaven. Uses his rewind dash, but a bad TP from Omen does give Vandals the pistol round win this time around.
Yes. I don't mind the TP play, especially since you know the guy is heaven. I think that what you need to commit to, hey, I pull off blind and immediately blind and then flash, and then you can TP out, or you just need to hold the TP in that scenario. Especially because you had the opportunity to hear them drop, so I don't know. It was a weird situation to be in if you're... Cinnamon roll, so all good, no worries. We'll just see how they have to play out their pistol round this time.
Yeah, and it was a team ace right there, so W teamwork, I guess, and Malbois is going to go for the Judge. Judge second round is criminal. It is the most toxic thing you can do.
Yes, especially with its damage output and the fact that it's an automatic gun as well. It's like, oh yeah, I can just pump bullets into this thing right here.
Okay,
Logor is going to get droned out here.
Oh, the tripwire does save Logor right there. They were on the hunt, and now they got garage space, but Awesome Sauce with the Outlaw does get a pick on Salem, and that Judge is lurking very scarily up top in garage here. Awesome Sauce with another pick, and Malbois goes down, but Brim being a little greedy there, going for the gun, is going to get taken out, and they are peeking straight into the Judge.
No, that is not the play that you want to go for. I honestly would keep holding the Judge in this scenario.
Yeah, it's amazing right there. Jet wants a gun of his own as well, and just like that, it is a 2 versus 2. Correct me, a 2 versus 1.
Nice shots coming in from Logor to close it out there. Well played, well played.
Yeah, almost a little bit of throwing. Just I don't know if that was our JV team or varsity team that did that before, but that same exact thing happened. But there was 3 people walking into garage and just getting judged immediately. Just one. I'm pretty sure that was varsity. So
yeah, that
JV
me,
also
so.
doing a bit of tossing there as well, but they get the round win, and that's all that matters.
That being said, that was a very good eco for the Red Hawks here. You can see that they have really hindered the Vandals buy round here, where they're pretty much saving, honestly, this round. We are going to get some information with our dart. We will have scanned at least the one Sova along here.
I don't know how I didn't see this, but there is a veto being played. I don't know why I didn't clock this. Salem, oh man, a beautiful flash. The classic not landing the shots, doing some classic things here. Simon Roll getting a pick on one, a couple trades going on out, rushing onto the site. Site is going to be clear of defenders. Awesome Sauce did do some damage with this outlaw the previous round, but Simon Roll with an awesome TP to heaven.
A little bit of movement inaccuracy there. It's all right, ended up working out. But yeah, now Logor is having to clutch out this 1v2. He does find a nice shot.
It is Logor. He has been hitting some nasty shots right now, so the round isn't over yet. 1 versus 2 situation. Sova is going to be one shot. Oh,
yeah.
Clears the corner, but it is the weird half check.
That was a great dart from the Sova backside. He was like, hey, I think that there's a timing where they're about to come out here. I need to just throw the dart backside, stall for as long as I can. And he was able to scan Logor there, which led to his death. So very well played by the Redhawks there.
Yeah, Idaho did do a pretty good amount of damage as well, returning the favor on the Redhawks. It is going to be a full buy for both teams, relatively. Some light shields, some regen shields. But for the most part, everyone's got some good guns to behold. Awesome Sauce with the shorty.
It's all right. It's all he feels like he needs. He can just sit on the C site and just hold it down. We do spot out at least the one on the A-long here. And already our Sova is opting to rotate now. We have a Sanguine holding the op line now. And we know that A is pretty much secured at this point. So we can focus our sights on this B site, which we have darted. Malibois is going to get spotted out here.
Okay, a bit of a fake TP in the backside. Just keep him guessing right there with Paranoia. Vito throwing in some utility, trying to cancel out some things. Oh, uses his TP to get on boxes. Doesn't find much value out of it. Idaho winning the exchange so far. It's a 3-on-2, a fake on the plant. Logor pressuring from mid here, and it is going to be a triangle situation. All the Vandals are coming in a triangle. Oh, man. First whiff from Logor this match.
A lot of damage done onto Dips now, though. And yeah, we're just having our op watch that line with the bomb. Dips maybe making a hero play, coming in from the garage window here. Let's see if he can get it done. He's definitely going to catch Sanguine by surprise.
However, not! He heard you! He heard you!
He's listening.
What the heck?
That's
literally, the exact second he was about to peek. That was insane. Do you think he was counting his steps?
Maybe. I think what actually happened is he's just had the feeling like it's been long enough that I haven't seen him grass. He's probably wrapping around somewhere, and he just checked where. So
I like to imagine he was counting the seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, or 1 Missouri, 2 Missouri.
It probably is Missouri, honestly.
Yeah.
1 Southeast Missouri, 2 Southeast Missouri, 3 Southeast Missouri, and so on and so forth. So
he only got to 3.
It takes too long to say it all. It's actually like 7 seconds when you actually count it out. So Logor is going to spot out at least one on this C-long hit here. We do happen to know that the Redhawks do go for these kind of really fast eco rounds, especially on this C site. And so Logor already trying to back up Awesome Sauce here, just really trying to hunker down on the C site.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised they decided to go for the C site, especially knowing that Idaho does have an operator in the hands of Sanguine, just probably trying to guess which site he is going to be. But that operator just provides so much pressure here, and it's kind of a stalemate.
It doesn't provide enough pressure when you have a smoke, though.
True.
I think that Idaho is a little preemptive on that smoke. You can use the Cypher Cage if you really feel like you need to pop a smoke in that scenario, but... yeah,
I totally thought that was Missouri smoke.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, you can tell based on the color of the smoke whose team it is, for those of you who don't know. Try and pay attention to the util. It's fun to see kind of who's playing well. Ooh, nice shot from Sanguine. Wallbang, in fact, actually. Yeah, he's going to get smoked off. He probably is going to re-peek here, especially with that...
walk through the tripwire again. They've hit that tripwire before. Is this tripwire still up? I saw it up for a second. Okay, now it's destroyed. Okay.
We are going to tap the bomb. There are no more smokes, though, however. That's going to make this a little bit rougher here for the Redhawks.
And 15 seconds remaining. They got to get this spike down, but it's an awkward spot. Spike is on the ground. JQ finding the last 2 kills on the round, and a pretty good round from Idaho, only losing 1 agent. But take a look at the ults right now.
This is going to be a very explosive round if both of these teams have anything to say about it. There is 9 out of 10 ults on the round. You hardly ever see that, actually.
Yeah, that is odd. Usually you see like the person that's fragging out on the top of the leaderboard use their ult before everyone else's, or someone having a slower game. But everyone playing relatively similar skill levels right now, and yeah, I'm excited to see World War III this round.
What adaptations do you think that both teams need to be making as far as the game has played out so far? Like, if you were the Vandals right now, what do you think that you would be talking about trying to get changed?
Vandals right now have been playing pretty good. Just maybe sticking on the side some. They are like pretty quick to rotate. It has been working most rounds, but the one round that Redhawks decided to fake, they just had an open sight right there. So just have like an anchor, just a little more. Be sure that Redhawks are committing. And for Redhawks,
I think that they should split up a little bit more. I really liked Cinnamon Roll's lurk timing that they had on the, I believe it was the 3rd round that they had played it out when Logor dropped from heaven. On the no, it was the pistol. Sorry, it was the pistol. I really liked that timing that they went for, and I think that they can make a lot more use out of stuff like that. So
yeah, they have just been 5-manning a lot of these sites, and they do have a Sova lurking mid. Could try and meet Logor. A bit of a miss from Sanguine right there, but does get some intel on where Redhawks are.
Yeah, we have spotted at least 2. We know about the Omen and the Jet, and so it's most likely going to be an A hit here. Awesome Sauce is aware of the lurk timing, however. The Sova here is not opting to give it up. We'll have to see how long Awesome Sauce is choosing to hold this angle for.
And that's just how valuable the operator is. It's forcing everyone to go through sewers, and JQ is taking advantage of that. They're all just flooding right on in. Oh, man, it's some ring around the rosy action, and B-side Logor does get the pick, and it's 5 versus 2. Sanguine is going to be holding this cross. Gets Cinnamon Roll. All left to Salem right here. Oh, no! Oh, man, that was...
I'm surprised that didn't hit there, actually. I wonder if that was some sort of ping thing that we saw. That was interesting.
It looked...
It looked pretty good,
on.
but we're going to find out. Not phased at all by the gunshots there from us.
I know, yeah.
Logor gets his redemption there. He's going to find the headshot there. So that is going to put the Vandals up another round for this game number 1 here.
Yeah, and Vandals are stringing together a lot of round wins really early on here. Already 5-1. That is probably going to lessen the mental for Semo here. Vandals probably have some pretty good mental going into this. And if they... I mean, they have the tools necessary to continue this streak of rounds, especially this round with Semo with a bit of a save. Sanguine has yet to die with this operator.
That is true. He has yet to die, which is super duper important considering how much of an investment the operator is. Oh, this is
wow.
That was a little scary there for Awesome Sauce. Bit of an ambitious hold, but he ends up getting all the information. We know that there's too long, too grass. We're gonna see if we can try and fight this Silva. Oh, that timing is kind of insane.
Yeah, and that was also a Jet ult popped, and he did go down. Sanguine popping Jet ult for himself as well. And speaking of popping ults, Sova popping his here, hitting his teammate for quite a bit. One tap. Awesome Sauce getting Salem. 5 versus 2. Spike is going to be down. They're playing this post plant from man, but it's going to be really hard. They got to hit some lucky shots. Sova drone's nice, but Spike is going to be half. Logor coming in with the flank, but Sanguine gets there faster, and that's round win number 6. Flawless.
What a crazy round from both of those teams. Great job to the Redhawks to actually getting onto site. They kind of forced it a little bit, but then again, they were on an eco, so it did take them a little bit longer than they needed to. What really surprised me more is the fact that they had committed those ults. They genuinely thought that they could get all the way to the end of the round and having won it, which I respect. If you're willing to be like, hey, we can bet it all on our ults, use both the Sova ult and the Brimstone ult, then you got to have some confidence going into the rest of this map.
Yeah, it is hindsight 2020, but I do like the Jet ult. The other two, I think, were overcommitted, especially since it was a safe round. Just wait one more round. So you have a full buy, you have all these ults you can use, and just really guarantee a round win, because that's what you need in this situation. 6-1, you need to start getting round wins no matter what you commit as well.
Sanguine is able to pick up his one with the op. Logor finding one C long. That is going to be the lurker, which means that JQ, sorry, that's our player. It means that the Red Hawks are forced to go ahead and hit this A site as they have no more map control. And they're going to be met with 3 Vandals all ready for them here.
Yeah, I keep analyzing this team comp from Missouri here. They have double smokes with Brim and Omen. I do not see that a lot. Usually if you do double smokes, it's like Omen and Viper, or like Omen and, I guess not Harbor anymore. But
not anymore.
It's usually not Omen and Brim. It hasn't worked out so far right now, but it does let them have a smokes user lurk, with still being able to get on sites. Awesome Sauce with a great spot.
Oh, and he has the trigger discipline as well. He knows that he can get one. He needs to do the shot.
Oh.
Okay, that is some insane trigger discipline.
Yeah, I don't know about that discipline. Maybe we're a bit too disciplined. Maybe you can like let loose.
Yeah.
Eat a donut once in a while.
Once you know there's no more guy there, you can take the first shot. Don't worry. You don't have to discipline that much. That's very, very funny. So Salem is going to make it into the next round with their Vandal saved.
Mercy. It was Mercy.
Yes.
It wasn't discipline, it was Mercy right there. But yeah, it's 7-1. Economy is going to be just enough for Semo to get some pretty good guns, some light armor as well. But they really got to try and use these ultimates. They have this Vito ult and Omen ult. The Omen ult isn't nearly as effective. And okay, I kind of forgot what Vito's ult does.
Basically what his ult does is he coats himself in an armor, and then he becomes immune to anything that's not a bullet, pretty much. Any sort of explosion or blind or flash, anything that has an effect, he would be immune to it, pretty much. So it is a very strong entrying ult.
Yeah.
And it lets you kind of clutch rounds in spots where you wouldn't think that you would be able to clutch, just due to how utility presence. But
oh, Dips gets one on JQ right there. I don't quite know where that was. It might have been through the smoke, but hey, a nice clean execute onto site, and this is like the first time in a while it's been 5 men on the site for a post plant for Semo. This is definitely the round they should win here, but Vandals definitely, oh man.
Good clear from Sanguine, is able to pick it up. However, they don't clear the close right side. Oh, Awesome Sauce gets caught off guard. Same with Sanguine, and that is going to be a round win for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, that was a really well played post plant right there. Just putting all 5-year players in sight there. And surely if you have 5 in that little close quarters, you can all get the trades, and that's what they did. And yeah, it is a very good round from Semo. Would love to see some more of those type of post plants. They've just been losing their players getting to site.
Yeah. One thing that they did super duper well hitting that B side actually is they were able to push Sanguine off of the offline in order to just get onto that free bomb site. And so if they're able to, get rid of the line of sight for this operator, it means that they're most likely going to be able to get a good hit. Hence why they had that smoke that's going on there.
And wow, this is going to be a free site. Idaho just not having anyone on the C site, opting for a retake if they were to hit C.
Ooh,
Sanguine, oh man, hitting some nice shots with the operator, with the Vandal, with the Sheriff. It doesn't matter what gun is in his hands.
Dips gets a nice returning shot though, so that is going to leave Sanguine pretty low. He's going to end up trying to wait for his team, I would imagine. Yeah, we're waiting for the blind here. We are going to be able to clear logs now. We know there's at least one. Shots coming out.
Movement, and there are 2 Vandals coming from the flank. It's all left to Kamikaze in a 1 versus 3. Shots don't land. Awesome Sauce holding the op this time around, gets that last pick and a nice retake from the Vandals.
Yeah, swinging into 3 there is so unfortunate because you hear the one and you're like, oh, I want to surprise him with my timing. I'm going to swing. And then there's just 2 more sitting there long. You're like, well, shoot, now what do I do? So unfortunate timing. I really liked the play that they had, though. It was a very good execute coming in from the Redhawks.
Yeah, and I also really liked the retake play Idaho kind of had there. They send 2 flank. I love sending 2 flank because you just bait the first guy and then they
let
don't
the
know.
second guy clean up. There's no way they're going to have a second late guy. He'd train it.
yeah,
If
sure.
we were playing good Valorant, that's what you'd do at the very least. So that is funny. I will say, though, the Vandals are getting a lot of mileage out of these lurks, like you had mentioned earlier, where they are able to send up 2 confidently because Redhawks aren't doing as much with the flank as they need to. Holy!
Oh, man. Cinnamon Roll a bit ambitious with the teleport. Sanguine getting one of his own as well on Kamikaze. And, yeah, Simo has really, when they're going for A-side, they've really been forced down there in sewers. They have not tried to hit through long, which I think is better. Oh, man, what a good teleport there. I think they probably, they definitely heard it. Yeah,
they must know he's got it.
Oh, yeah, they know. They know. But
it almost doesn't matter. He is able to get his 1.5.
Yeah, sometimes.
Vito did ult, though, which I did fail to mention that it does refresh his life, if you didn't notice. So even though he was at 1 HP, he was able to use his ult in order to not be at 1 HP anymore. So that is going to be a bomb plant down for the Redhawks, and now this round suddenly looks very winnable.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to how Idaho lost their players, but it
from
does
each of our players.
not matter right there. They're wow, mirror play right there. That's what I call that one. And it's going to be 9-2. It's going to be half point here. We could see a 9-3 curse. I've been seeing a lot of 9-3 halves.
You know, we were seeing a lot of 9-3s as of last week for that match that we had against our opponents for that week. But I am not an opponent who believes in the 9-3. I think if you believe in it, it is more likely to come true. And so because of that, I'm like, I don't care if it's 9-3. It's just a score. I can make a comeback or I can win it out. It doesn't matter one way or another. So
yeah,
I don't like to get too in over my head.
I have nightmares about it. It's happened too much to me. I was a non-believer like you, but then I became one. I became a believer. So the 9-3 curse is deadly.
Much like the hit song from Smash Mouth. I'm a believer.
Sing it.
I'm a believer.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Fire. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not good with titles. That's my second weakness in life is music.
Speaking of being a believer, Logor and ShakeU believe that they can hold this C site very well. We are going to commit the Soul Vault a little bit.
Malball loves this judge.
I mean, it's gotten him a lot of mileage so far. Oh, that timing is insane.
That timing is pretty insane. Brim has his ult if he wants to use. Sova using his ult, but Dips lurks on out, runs out of ammo in a 1 versus 2 situation.
You need to wait for the shield recharge here, which he is able to get off successfully.
That's Operator right there. I'd be pretty careful, but he's more careful about this Jet maneuvering around these boxes.
Why would you take a shot there, Awesome Sauce? It doesn't matter. Sanguine cleans it up.
It was a distraction shot, warning shot.
I would be so scared for my life in that scenario if I had taken a pot shot like that. So I'm not the one on stage, though. I'll let them make their decisions. They got it. I get to sit comfortably behind the desk.
Yeah, and Sanguine. Take a look at the scoreboard here. 16-4 of 4 KD. And then Logor close behind with 14-5.
Yeah, our Vandals are having a very, very good day. Malabois just sitting a little bit low. Like, that's pretty normal for Smokes, honestly. As a Smokes, you're like, yeah, I throw the Smokes, and then I sacrifice my life for the end.
And he's been doing a lot of shotgunning. Yeah. So not a lot of fragging, more playing a bit ratty, trying to get some impact kills rather than the quantity of kills there. But, yeah, both duelists for Idaho doing their job as these fraggers on defense.
We'll have to see how their offense translated to the defense or if it is going to be different. Idaho is going to replicate the Redhawks here and take the C site with a very fast execute.
Yeah, Malbois gets that spike on down, and it's going to be a full 5-on-5 retake here. no flanks coming from the Red Hawks here. I probably would have liked to see maybe one or at least like show some pressure there, but doesn't matter. Kamikaze gets one on Awesome Sauce. Malbois quickly trades it. Sanguine doing a good job playing off his teammates, and Malbois gets 4 on the round just like that.
Hey, we were dogging on him for having a negative KD. He's like, let me make it positive real quick, bro. I
Yeah.
got this. 4 in the round. That's easy. Speaking of 4 in the round.
Oh, I don't have a shotgun in my hands. I guess I'll play the game and shoot. But, oh, man. Spirit in the chat with the Prime after that 4K.
Oh, my
Or was it
goodness.
before? Did the Prime cause the 4K?
I think it was after. He was just so enamored by the 4K that happened on screen, which is going to be in 90 seconds for him because we are on a stream delay. So here in 90 seconds, we will have done the Prime stream delay. So thank you for the 2-month Spirit. We appreciate it. And speaking of 2, there are only 2 rounds left potentially in this map for Red Hawks. They're going to need to try and clutch up here if they want to keep their tournament life going.
Yeah, this is going to be a doozy for sure. A shorty right there, completely missing on Sanguine. Oh, JQ hitting some nice shots as well, and that opens up the A site, destroying the 2 defenders on the site. Opens it up, Sanguine. Because why not? Spam through the smoke and get a kill, because why not, Sanguine? You're having the game. Might as well continue it here, and this crossfire from the Vandals is going to halt Semo. Logor getting aggressive for the kills, and a flawless victory right there to lead it to game or match point.
Yeah, this is going to be it's a tough hill to climb. This will be there's going to have to be some drastic changes that'll need to be made on the side of southern Missouri here, southeastern Missouri, excuse me. One of the things that could change, I do like the double Odin pick.
Yeah.
I don't mind it all that much. Haven is one of those maps where you wouldn't think to be running Odins for the most part, but there's some really ratty wallbang Odin spots that you can get. And even if you don't, you just have an Odin. Like, you are an impenetrable wall. So
Yeah, I like it on defense a lot, and Dips is playing the spot I love the Odin the most in that garage area. I see a lot of spammage through the doors. He doesn't actually spam anything right off the bat. If he did, he honestly probably could have got Malbois off the spawn. So choosing not and hiding the Odin, well, we'll see if that turns out in favor of them.
the Brim has walked very far up into a lurk position in this case. However, they were not able to hold it down. Sanguine does get the headshot onto them, and that means that is a free A site should they so choose to run to it. But I love that dart from Dips here. That was an excellent dart.
That was an awesome
too.
dart.
Does a lot of damage on the Logor.
Awesome dart right there. Less than a minute on the round. Idle has to decide what site they're going to. It is going to be A site. There is a lonely Jet here, but some friends are on the way, or should I say some frenemies. Oh my gosh, Sanguine has been cooking this map right here. The plant goes on down, and 5v3 for game point. Semo has to do something crazy. Malbois with the judge right there as well. This is going to be such a hard retake to try and do.
Great trade coming in from Dips here. Is able to find one. They do have the lone Omen now here. Cinnamon Roll has to clutch up the round, and they are unable to do so, unfortunately, for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, and Idaho takes map 1 in a dominating fashion in this best of 5 series. 13-2. That's a scoreline we didn't see in the last matchup between these two teams. It was 13-11 and 13-6.
Yes.
So Idaho just keeps making the score go down for Semo as they keep playing.
Yeah, that being said, these teams haven't played each other on Haven. They have played each other on Sunset, and what was the other map that was on? It was... I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember as well. Too much Valorant going on.
There has been
in my
a lot
brain.
of Valorant going on for the last couple of months. So we're getting a little tired. And speaking of getting tired, I think we're going to go ahead and take a short little break while we get ready for map number 2. We will find out what that map number is here pretty shortly, but you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back to a beer beer.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ECAC Division. What are we in C? Division C playoffs for
Yeah, sure. We'll see.
the Vandals here versus the Red Hawks. We are playing for our third place match. Currently, Vandals are 1-0 against the Red Hawks so far. It has been an excellent day for Valorant if you are a fan here. And we're here for some more exciting Valorant.
Yeah, just got done taking a 9-minute nap right there. Back awake, ready, re-energized, chugged a monster.
Yeah.
I'm here.
That's all you need to do in order to get that energy back up and running here if you are in the lab here. We are going to go ahead and start our our second match off on Sunset. Now, for those of you who are cultured in history with the University of Idaho Esports, you will know that this was the map that the Red Hawks took the Vandals 13-11 on. This was not the Vandals' strongest map.
I just talked to the Vandals, and I think we had our information wrong because they said last time they played the Red Hawks, a 13-11 match, was on Haven.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It was on Haven. So I don't know what changed, if it's just an off day for Red Hawks or just an on day for Vandals, but man, from 13-11 to 13-2 on the same map is insane.
That is an insane stat line, which does mean that the scoreline was in fact 13-6 going into the Sunset map instead. So far, it's looking like the Vandals are favored for this map, I believe I can confidently say. So we're going to have to see what the Red Hawks adaptation is going to be going into the second map here.
Yeah, that 10-minute break, gotta recharge that mental, quick reset there. It's a new map, new us mentality going on in this. Looking at the team comps, a Harbor. Man, I have not seen a Harbor in a minute.
Especially not since the reworks, I might add.
Yeah.
Ever since he's gotten reworked, I have not seen him played in the Collegiate League. So this will be the first time for us, so I'm curious to see what kind of devious strats and ideas that the Red Hawks are going to come up with him. But the other thing I want to point out is the fact that they have brought a Sage as their Sentinel and not the traditional Cypher.
Yeah, and they also have a kit. This comp is pretty crazy right here. Three agents I don't see a ton. KO hasn't been played much as of recently. Taking a look at Vandals comp, they have the double duelist, Raze and Waylay. That's going to add so much pressure and space taking for the Vandals. They love to do the double duelist comp, and it makes sense with how that last map was played from them. Keep that pressure up, and that breach is going to be insane for support utility to help these duelists enter onto the site. But that KO knife is going to spot out a couple of Vandals, so Semo knows a couple of them are here.
I think it's pretty common to hit B on the pistol. It's just one of the main ones that most people would end up hitting, so it makes sense that they're here. The Vandals opting to go for their execute, and Sanguine is able to entry onto this lovely KO here in the back.
Yeah, he kind of just sends the satchels with no help with any utility, and it worked out this time, but in the future that could be punished. Trades going out, but it is in the Vandals' favor. 4v2. Last two defenders are in their spawn. They gotta try and make something happen, but Sanguine and Malball have something else to say about it.
Very fast retake coming out here from the Vandals here. They were feeling confident. Sanguine actually walked out of the smoke before he satcheled, if you didn't notice.
Oh, he walked out?
I
thought he satcheled. Oh,
as
wow.
he was trying to satchel instead of satcheling out of the smoke, which I think is a little bit funny. I'm going to flame you a little bit for that, my friend.
Yeah.
It was generally a very good hit coming in from the Vandals there. They coordinated their utility quite well.
Yeah, and now they got the guns. They're trying to continue where they left off, doing a good job so far here. And yeah, the defense comp for Semo is going to be very awkward. Sage, I've seen like a crazy... Okay, yeah, Sage usually plays here, the Sages I have seen on Sunset. There is a nice Sage wall you can also do there where it raises you up and you can peek through a window. So we'll have to see if some Grim walls are in play today. But Vandals slowly trying to work their way up halls here. Kamikaze is just stuck on site, does not look up. Players do not look up at all. Sauce also finding one. And they are on the hunt for these eco kills right here. Logor, the king of eco kills, getting 3 on the round, and that is a flawless.
I really like how Logor was watching those boxes, you know. We knew about the person on the right. I believe it was a Silva that was stuck in the little cubby there, and we knew about him, and we're like, okay, we can isolate this fight. That's fine. I'm worried about if my teammate gets swung on. If they die, it's my fault. And so he was holding that box for as long as he humanly possibly could, right up until he's like, all right, I need to trade my teammate. And then he immediately was able to get 2 off of it. So good discipline coming in from the Vandals here. But that means that this is going to be in round 3 where Redhawks do have their bye round.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything happen in mid so far. Mid is a pretty crucial part of Sunset for a lot of rounds. Mid control can open up a lot, especially for offense, switching between both sides. Speaking of offense, Logor going the offense on Cinnamon Roll. I guess Cinnamon Roll was just trying to see if anyone was there, but I don't really like that spot for your only Sentinel to be right there in a risky spot. Malbois gets that spike on down and dips.
Really?
Shot.
I wonder if they had some sort of intel on that guy, because that was through a wall, if you didn't notice.
That
they might have just been wall banging for no reason, but that was a little peculiar. We'll go back in the VOD and see that later. Nice smoke. We've had some good picks coming in from the side of the Redhawks here. They were able to pick up the one of a mid. Kamikaze here does have the Primordial Phantom, which I believe is one of the best Phantom skins out there. Shouts out.
Yeah, this time on Spike is dwindling, and it might just be a save option.
Yeah.
Yes, it is going to be KO running away with his life, with his gun. Vandals could go on the hunt just to try and make sure their economy is better. Oh, wow, they both go down.
That is really unfortunate if you are the Vandals. You do not want to lose those 2 guns, so well, unfortunate timing on that. Do you know the strat with that, with the bomb exploding radius?
Like what the circle around your character on the minimap? Or
yes.
And that's how you know?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. You can use the sound footsteps of your character in order to determine how far the bomb will explode.
That's what that circle is?
No. That's just the circle of, like, here's how far people can hear you from.
Yeah.
But you can use it for the bomb explosion radius because it's the same. So
I never knew what that circle was for.
Oh, yeah.
I always looked at it. I'm like, what is that for? I don't even know. But it is 3-0 on the map so far, and it's been 3 pretty dominating wins so far. Semo might try and switch things up. Has a judge. When in doubt, just judge. Okay. Waylay with the nice rewind, and JQ takes down. That was perfect right there from Idaho. And Cinnamon Roll is here. Might try and contest.
Knows there's one. Gets a little bit of spray.
Walks straight into the nade right there.
Goodness.
10 HP. Lucky to even come out alive. Literally ran through a grenade. Sanguine gets one on Salem.
5v3 is not a good look here for the Redhawks. This is going to be a super duper tough situation. I almost would call another save if I were being honest here. Yeah, Kamikaze is going to get spotted out by the what's it called, the cam on the tree. So they have opted to go ahead and rotate back. Malabois does find his one.
With the classic. Oh, his Sage walling on. That's crazy. Diabolical wall right there, but doesn't matter because the Vandals were already in mid, fighting right there.
I like that movement coming in from the Sage there. They had the perfect, like, I'm going to turn and then walk in the opposite direction so you can't hit me, assuming you're coming from the direction I think you are. And they were right. They just got headshot, unfortunately. So I really like that play from them. Well done, Cinnamon Roll.
And yeah, so far, Semo really hasn't got much of anything really going on defense. It just you got to utilize that Sage. That's your Sentinel choice, and you really need to lean on that Sage wall and the slow orbs. I haven't seen any slow orbs to try and stall a push. Sage is actually pretty good at stalling, waiting for some rotation, so I'd like to see a bit more of that. Speaking of stalling, Vandals aren't stalling, popping the breach ult, trying to get onto site. Sanguine gets one, dips with some Bucky gaming, but Idaho gets the rest. Site is open. It's a 4v2 now, and yeah, it's gonna be another round just like that. All the rounds seem to go the same way.
Yeah, I like the decision there from the Redhawks to kind of fall back on the site a little bit more in, that time. They're like, hey, we can give up elbow control. We'll let them have it, solve for a little bit more time. However, they were not able to hold down that site due to that breach ult. That made it very, very difficult for them to actually hold it permanently. So that was a tough situation to be in. So
something Semo could do as well is try and play aggressive in one of these main areas together. Send 2 or 3 of your guys. Just get off of site, put some pressure. It looks like that might be what they're doing on B main. 2 of them are here. Sage wall. There we go. That's a good Sage wall right there. Completely stalls out Idaho. They might even just rotate based off that Sage wall.
Yeah, and this smoke should give it away that they are looking to rotate here. We do have somebody looking top mid. Ooh, good ding from Logor. Good awareness, too, to know, hey, I need to clear that smoke. It's not quite the best, so Vandals are opting to just go ahead and re-hit this A site here. There is going to be the Raise ult popped here, which means that Kamikaze is going to trade their life 1 for 1. And dips here. Trying to see if he can delay the plant any more than he can right now. Omen ult committed somewhere. I'm not seeing where it went. I think it was mid, or maybe it was for bomb.
Yeah, I think he was mid and just came back with the team right there.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, Spike is planned, but it's a 4v4 post-plant, okay? It's a bit better numbers for Semo than what we have been seeing, but Awesome Sauce dwindles them down with the help of Sanguine as well. And, okay, KO has 2 flashes to work with. Honestly, send both and just peek.
Oh, he knows there's one behind him. Oh, there's his Sage behind him. Good trade from Cinnamon Roll. That's good. Tries to go for the res. Does get it off, in fact, but that is going to be a very dead KO. Shotgun to the face. Could you imagine that? You die, and you come back, and then you just get pelted immediately.
Yeah. Yes, I bet. Oh,
wow.
Oh, well. All right. Next round, I guess. I'm back. Okay, yeah, a well-needed timeout right there. Just none of these rounds have even really been that competitive. Semo just hasn't really got much going right now. The gunplay, it's decent. They've been hitting some good shots, but it's just all about the team play right now and the strats on defense, and it's not it. I like the Sage wall, but they should have kept like 2 or 3 of their defenders on the other site, because presumably Idaho would have rotated off that Sage wall, gone to A, which they did. So predicting that probably would have given them a better chance to win that round.
Yeah, they're playing very reactionary right now, where they're just kind of trying to keep up with the speed that the Vandals are trying to execute at for their offense. And if they can't keep up, then they're like, well, we just have to try and react as fast as we possibly can, which leads to some of those minor mistakes that you were talking about earlier. So that does make sense to me.
Timeout is done, so we'll see what strat they cooked on up. And, okay, there was a Sheriff.
Yeah, they are definitely going to be on a pistol round this round, which means I would like it if they all grouped up as 4 or 5. Generally, that's what you want to do on an ecos. You want to try and play a little bit more differently than you would normally, where you go as 4 and then you try and get a kill, maybe grab their gun and then explode out onto either the site or onto a lane, and just try your best there. We are going to spot out the one Omen here on site. Sage, oh, dude, the buff to Sage's wall is so good. Did you see how far away she was for that?
Yeah,
She was all the way in garage, and she was able to get that wall up.
yeah, that was actually pretty crazy right there. Okay, Roomba goes on out, but this is actually a fake from Idaho. They're trying to pull in some rotators, but it's not pulling away the jet from A site. Sanguine gets one on Salem. And wow, it's just a one-man execute on that B site, and then they got to worry about this A site coming on in. Kamikaze with a nice shot, but Sanguine catches them lacking behind, and there's only one defender left for Semo.
Oh, and we have this lurker up mid too, so there's no way that they're going to be ready for this raise here. We are going to spot out one. Oh, we can barely see him. Nice dink onto JQ there. But yeah, like we had mentioned, right in the middle there is Sanguine lurking up right at the very end. So
yeah, Sanguine kind of just did what he wanted on that B site. Yeah, B site. Yeah. He just walked in solo, got a kill, lurked up some more, got a kill behind the back, and then went mid and got another kill. He got 2 kills with backs turned to him. So some good movement, some good timing from Sanguine, and just great game sense all around. And it is 7-0.
yeah, the Vandals are looking very confident, especially because this is on an offense that they're having. Ooh, good Sage wall. That was a very good mix-up from the Redhawks here. Vandals were not expecting that. I'm surprised they didn't get punished for it.
Oh, Omen TP's up onto the box. He's like, you know what? I like that. Let me try that.
Yeah.
For sake. Okay. KO ult is popped here, so it is going to stall out this execute from Vandals for just a bit longer, but just like that, KO ult is over. So I don't know if it was the most effective. Probably would have want to keep that for a retake and just rely on that Sage utility for stall. Dips goes on down, but not before dealing some damage. Sanguine getting one on KO as well, and Sanguine is on site. Ooh. Manages to get Cinnamon Roll.
Man, the Vandals are on fire right now with their gunfights. That's been the star of this sunset so far, is that the Vandals' gunfights have been very, very favorable for them, and when they aren't favorable, they have a buddy with them, and so they can turn it into a favorable gunfight. Oh, even like that, Logor had the angle disadvantage going into that walk, and he slow walked behind a corner, by the way. Knew where the guy was, decided to slow walk around it, and he still is just able to lay him out. That's how confident they are right now.
The aim is on point for the Vandals, and it is showing through the scoreboard. Sanguine, 15-1, 15 KD. 15 KD right there, and Logor with an 8 KD.
Yeah, they're having some phenomenal games right now. Our duelists are doing their very best to pull the crosshairs, and it's working very, very well in their entries. That's one of the benefits, I think, about this comp that the JV team has run, is they have exclusively run double duelist, double dive duelist, actually, even.
Yeah.
With the Waylay and with either the Jet or the Raze, depending on which map we're on. And it has benefited them exclusively because they almost always have somebody who can do the dive.
Okay, that Waylay ult is amazing. It gets both defenders on the site slowed down. So now it's all for the execute and them trying to find the slow-mo people. And they found them, and it's a clean execute on the site. They get the spike down. Beautiful ult. Do they check up here for Cinnamon Roll? They do not, but it is traded. It is a 1v2, though. Tips
1v3.
is so... Oh, 1v3 Oh,
yeah.
got ahead of
you all
myself.
the way on the far right.
Yeah.
He blends in with the red. I could see where the mistake happens. Don't worry. So, yeah, I'm imagining we're just going to save this Vandal 5 HP. We're not going to really try any hero plays here.
Yeah, that ult was magnificent right there. Gets both defenders. Both duelists just dive right on in looking for the slow mode people. They get the kills, and then, yeah, it's just some nice aggressive gameplay from Idaho. They are not giving up any of the pressure, and they are on the hunt. Logor might see him. Yes, he does, and gets the kill, and that's another gun down for Semo. And yeah, nothing's really going right so far for them.
Yeah, I don't even know what they can do here. In a scenario like this, we're going to want to try and use the Harbor ult in some way, especially because we are on a buy round. So we want to try and utilize that either with a retake on one of the sites or really trying to stop the Vandals from flooding out of the site, you know. So that's what I think that the Redhawks here should be looking for. So we'll see if they end up going for it.
There is a crossfire here, but that Breach done. Oh man, that was a risky nade right there. Oh, I think Breach flashed to the right, so it wasn't as risky as I thought. But some nice Breach utility to clear out the aggressive defenders, and just like that, they had to back onto site.
So when I mentioned that they wanted to use the Harbor ult, I had forgotten that they reworked Harbor ult. That was his ult that he just sent out, that wall.
Whoa.
It was his ult.
Wait. What?
It's not the thing on the floor anymore where it stuns you. It's a brand new ult that they reworked him with. I'd just forgotten about that.
And they didn't tell me? Unbelievable. Come on, Valorant. You got my phone number. Okay, Sanguine gets 2 kills. Make it 3, because why not? It's just his game. It's his world, and we are all just living in it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a rough spot that you're in here for the Redhawks. They are down quite a lot. I honestly just want to see them play more together, really. I don't think that they are necessarily making bad plays, necessarily, whereas they're just taking uneven fights for themselves, and then they're just not together very often. So I'd like to see them playing a little bit more together. Because, like, Cinnamon Roll was able to get a surprise pick onto, I believe it was Logor, as he was walking up into spawn there. And, I mean, it's plays like that where you can get those kinds of trades, so...
All right, it is going to be another 5-man push onto B site. Sage is here for the wall. Nice timing on the wall, but it is just going to be completely destroyed. Slow Orb is down here. Oh, man, just
there's
hiding.
no way they clear this.
One.
Cinnamon finds the one.
Okay, gets more damage. Oh, man, got a bit unlucky with the damage output right there, but... Hey, there we go. Numbers advantage for Semo right here. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Wait, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it is. So this is great. There we go. We stacked together on one of the sites, this time the B site, and we ended up getting
Kamikaze gets one with his... Oh, and that was Spike as well. Was that an Omen? Oh, no.
It wasn't Omen ult to go onto the opposite site there. So that means that the Vandals are now having to retake with a 2v1. Or, sorry, 2v4. So this is going to be a very difficult thing for them to do. I don't know.
Logor's on his own journey right now.
Logor's
he's on vacation.
You ever heard the term there and back again? That's what he's doing right now, looking like the Hobbit.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, it could pay off depending on where this KO is looking. I don't think he'll expect Logor, especially since he's watching mid. But does Logor expect him? No, he does not. Now it's all left to Awesome Sauce with 15 seconds left on the round. It's not going to be possible right now, but we'll see how much damage he does. He does damage, but just not economy.
Let's go, Redhawks! Let's go! You're on the board, baby! Those are my goats right there. Well done. You've gotten one on the round. Let's see if they can get another.
Just add a 0 to the second.
Yeah. And then that'll be what the next half is like, and then we're 10-10.
Yeah, that's actually that's the coach ult right there. If the coach uses his ult, he can add a 0 to any score. So I'd probably send the coach ult in now, and now it's all tied up.
Now it is all tied up, which means that they can do anything now. I'm looking at the ults and stuff. It looks like JQ doesn't have his ult. Oh, he does have his ult. I was mistaking it for the Raise Rocket. So we're probably going to see a Breach ult. Yep, we're going to Breach ult right here onto the A site, which means that they're going to have to back off if they want to maintain their lives here. But they're doing a good job slowing with this Harbor Wall. Only Logor is able to make it out.
And Dips also gets the first blood as well. Kamikaze following it up, but Logor has such a good position, and it does reward him right there from the aggressive taking. Gets another 4 HP to his name, and they are going to rotate off that. What a great call.
Rotate. Oh
what
my gosh.
a great rotate here. Semo has no idea. Now they are starting to get the gist of it, recognizing, yeah, they could just rotate away. With less than a minute on the clock, Vandals get that spike down, and it's going to be a 3 on 2.1.
I like the way that's put.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Kingdom Hearts reference right there. Yeah, 3 point. Whoa, what am I talking about? I don't know. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
Good. I'm glad to hear. I'm also glad to see that we're going to try for the retake here. Jet does get spotted out, but yeah, Operator to the body is going to be quite...
Oh, okay, Harbor Shield. Okay, this is getting interesting. It's halved. He's sticking it. Clutch! He gets it! Oh my gosh! They clutched it! Oh!
I have to know what the timer was on that. He was so close to dying.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was incredible. The best play I've ever darn seen.
That's the beauty of Harbor, my friend. Using that smoke, which also has been reworked, by the way. It works differently now. He not only has to throw the smoke out, he has to toggle on the bulletproof shield.
Oh.
And he was able to do both of that while he was defusing the bomb. No stress, no nothing. Clutch factor.
Yeah, when you hear that spike being diffused and then you see that that harbor smoke down, that's always when I get stressed. I'm like, wait, we gotta break instantly.
Yep.
We gotta go, because it just opens up. It's almost a guaranteed half, unless if they just completely spam it. But if you have teammates to be fighting and distracting, it's such a good defusal plan. And wow, they are getting aggressive through mid doors here. KO gets one on Logor. All right, they are starting to show some life here.
Hello?
Yeah, My Classic does not do that. Can confirm Awesome Sauce gets hit from behind. It was a 50-50. You didn't know what direction to look.
Yeah, this was a great execute coming in from the side of the Red Hawks here. They were able to pinch B site very, very excellently. They hit the weaker site as well as, I mean, they just have been hitting some really nice shots. Speaking of nice shots, Sanguine finds one on his own. Finds two! And Kamikaze, though, is able to get the nice flick. One onto Sanguine and then right onto JQ, actually. So nicely done for Kamikaze there.
Yeah, Semo really has not been going mid at all during... I guess that was the first round and a half. But
you're right, though. They didn't walk down mid whenever they were on the defense, though. So it is good to see that they're thinking, hey, we should utilize it a little bit more. Because there was almost no mid play in general, other than a couple Vandal Lurk timings. But really, that was just because they had walked through Garage to get to mid. You know what I mean? So
I think it's mostly because Idaho just did these 5-man rushes onto site, and it was working out, so they didn't really... need to go mid, and Sanguine gets the first pick thanks to that breach done. Some great support utility right there.
Not only is that the bomb down for the Vandals, so they know which side the bomb is on, that was also 2 guns now down for the side of the Red Hawks, which means that the Vandals can come pick it up. Logor!
Oh, it happens to us all.
Good aim. Oh, that's a free gun, though. All right.
Yeah, wait, I don't...
You know what? Fair trade. I'll take a gun.
Okay, I was wondering how Malbois did not see him.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know what's better in that situation, the Classic or the Bucky from behind.
Probably
if you
the
miss
Bucky,
a shot with the Bucky, though, it's
bad.
It's over.
Last player standing.
Okay, Awesome Sauce gets one on Kamikaze. It's a 3 versus 1. He's in the corner. 1 HP to his name, and...
Oh, yeah, you just stun it, and there is not much you can do in that scenario. But it doesn't matter. Malbois cleans it up with a nice headshot dink.
And, yeah, that was a nice thrifty from Idaho, doing some good damage. Yeah, Sanguine getting that first pick off that breach stun was crucial, and completely shifted that round in favor of Idaho straight off the bat.
That's one of those reasons why you want to be really, really careful when you're pushing a lane with a breach in it. You know, even if you don't know which lane he's going to be playing on, because he could play on either A or B, depending on which round he feels like doing it on. So you're going to want to play a little bit slower than you think you normally would, just to try and dodge that breach stun. So, but we'll have to see how they play going into this next round. Logor should spot out the Jet here, knowing that there is a lot coming their way. This is a heavy site. So we do have 3 men on this
And
box
the
side here.
Cypher setup. This is going to be a hard one to take, especially when you have the gun disadvantage. But that KO knife just completely shuts down the Cypher, but doesn't shut down his gun as he takes down 2. Spike is planted in return. Oh man, Malablois.
Oh my.
Okay, he gets it eventually. Logor getting one as well. And KO goes down. And that's going to be game point for Idaho right there. Good KO knife to get onto side. Just the gun differential that round just made it a bit hard for Sema.
I think that was a very, very good execute, like you had said. But I also really like how Awesome Sauce was willing to spray with a Guardian. Like, there's not many opportunities where you're like, one click to, one-shot headshot. I'd be going for a headshot in that scenario every day of the week. But he was like, you know what? They're dead in 2 body shots. I'll just spray.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them in front of me. There's 2 in front of him, so I'm like, just spray and pray. Just spray and pray. And he got 1 more out of it. Good anchor hold from Awesome Sauce doing his job as that Sentinel. And as I was saying, it is game point for map number 2. Logor immediately getting a first blood, then closing the door, getting straight on out of there. Awesome Sauce wants one of his own as well. JQ throwing some util just to mix things up.
Oh, but the Kamikaze entry is doing so well for the Redhawks now. It is a 3-4. Oh, but the bomb with the lurk timing from the Vandals is so slow. Sanguine all the way from the spawn is able to ping pong off of each other right there, and it's all up to Cinnamon Roll. No bomb.
A knife to his neck.
Oh,
okay, he's got a good gun.
That timing is crazy, but it doesn't matter because Awesome Sauce is ready for it, and that is going to be a 13-3.
Oh, Vandals are washed. Vandals, instead of 13-2, it's 13-3.
Yeah.
This time, unfortunately. Let's take a look at this scoreboard. Man, Sanguine washed doesn't have an 18 KD.
It's true. Yeah, the Vandals had quite a phenomenal game this game, I would say. They played quite well. I think that they were making a lot less mistakes than they were making on the Haven map. Even though the scores were about the same, I think that the Vandals were making way less mistakes this go-around.
That offense was incredible.
It was something else.
That was insane. Just having the Waylay and Raze, it offers so much pressure. It is so crazy. I've been seeing it a lot in the pro scene recently as well. Paper X kind of started it with like Yoru, Waylay, and Raze. And I love how that's been adapting into like everyone's comp kind of with the double duelist comp. And yeah, it just adds another level to this game. More aggressive play, not as slow and steady as some teams and some team comps play it.
I think that the other part that goes in play with the double duelist comps is that we're seeing a lot more comps that will support duelists as well while they're doing that entry. Because, yeah, you can pull the crosshairs when you're doing your entry, but it's not going to matter if you're not going to be able to let the team come out as well behind you. So, I mean, that's where like the breach is going to come into really, really good handy. Even on not as meta maps like Sunset, where it's usually better to have a Sova in that case. You run the breach just because you have double duelists. So I like that people are trying to balance their comps around this meta that's going on right now.
Yeah, I loved the breach pick. When I saw that, I was like, wait, that's genius. The breach with the 2 duelists, great support. And you have 2 very competent fragger duelists too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just great game plan going into that map number 2 from Idaho. And Idaho's looking to try and close this out in a 3-0 fashion, while Semo is still trying to stay in it. Try and go for a reverse sweep. Maybe some crazy motivational speech is happening for them. Just completely reset the mental, go in the range for a minute or 2.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
This will be the mystery game as far as what we are going to see for this game number 3, because we did not make it this far the last time we had played the Redhawks. So I imagine that we are going to run into a very unique scenario this time around at the very least. So
It is pretty funny how both teams picked the same maps as before. I do like that a lot right there. Cyber in the chat, Fear Sanguine every Val match. And I'm watching. That's just his aura, dude. I'm sorry. You got to deal with it.
a duelist who is willing to entry and isn't afraid to die is one of the scariest things that you can ever run into whenever you run into the people in comp. Man, it's so terrifying running into
They
somebody
got
who has
nothing
no
to
fear.
lose.
I know. And they're like, I got nothing to lose. What about my RR? I don't care about your RR.
If I die, it's your guys' fault. You weren't
Yep,
supporting me
that's
enough.
exactly right.
I entered. I got on the site.
That's exactly right. Well, speaking of entering, we have confirmation on what the last map is going to be. It is going to be Pearl.
Yes,
Actually, I do like
dude.
me a good Pearl.
Okay, everyone hates Pearl and stuff. I like Pearl. I hear a lot of dissing on Pearl. I'm a big Pearl. I'm a big Pearl guy. Especially, it's mostly because I love Cypher on Pearl.
Okay.
Going on to B with Odin and playing off tripwires, and then you wall
put
bang.
kill trips down there. Oh, you're
Yeah.
a little rat. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
you
oh,
know
you're probably
it.
just like hunkering down on A and not doing anything on the rest of the map. But no, you
I
can
go
go
for the
freaky
kill.
on it. You
Yeah,
can go
yeah,
freaky. Okay, I'm down for that. So I'm down to see what our Vandals are going to cook up here, going up into this third map. So I also happen to like Pearl a lot. I don't play it very often just because like it's not really in the rotation very often. It kind of gets taken out pretty frequently because I think it is, like you had mentioned, one of the less liked maps generally. What do you think about the reworks on the B site?
I like it a pretty good amount. It just offers. Valorant kind of does a thing with a lot of their reworks. It's a lot for the defenders more than the attackers.
Yeah.
It feels like, or just for holding on to sites, because sometimes they just don't have enough like places or pockets for everyone to be in. But just the like 3 boxes they added, that's an amazing addition to the site, and it just allows a bit more depth to the site and a bit more angles to clear. Because before it was like 3 angles you had to clear, like heaven, tunnels.
And you can just smoke both of them off,
yeah.
and you're like, I got one angle now, and I just clear it. So
I know it sucked for the defenders. So I really like the rework. It definitely was a W rework, and most of the time their reworks are very thoughtful. I haven't really been too disappointed in many reworks.
I haven't played the game long enough to have experienced one of like the full map reworks yet. I don't think we're actually going to get it because I think a lot of the maps aren't in like a nice balanced state generally, like you had mentioned earlier. So I think that generally it is Riot is very, very good about making sure that they're taking care of both their competitive players as well as just their general audience. You know, both with the League of Legends as well as the Valorant. So I think they do a good job about that.
Yeah, but we are just waiting for them to get on into the match. A comp. I think the Vandals are just gonna go for a double duelist again. It's working.
It's what they know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Logor is a one-trick Waylay player. I don't think I've seen him play any other op agent. So I think that he mostly just exclusively plays Waylay. So I imagine that's what their comfort pick is. But yeah, actually a lot of the team has a lot of their comfort picks. Like I've only ever seen JQ play the Initiator. They don't ever switch it up like our varsity team does with what roles are playing what. So it seems like they have their roles very well defined, which is good. So.
Yeah, and having those roles defined just it means you keep getting better and better at the role, and you don't have to change things up for a certain map. It definitely helped me when I was on the team. I was always smokes, and I don't usually play smokes, so it was a lot easier for me because I played smokes every game, so I kept learning and adapting, and throughout the season I just kept getting better.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about games that are competitive too, is that you can literally see how much better you are getting throughout, not even just a season, just your entire life and playing through one of these games like this. When I first started playing FPS games, I was trash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so bad at FPS games, and it's taken me like 8+ years of learning here is how you play an FPS game to feel comfortable, even commentating a game like this. So there is a lot of work that gets put into these games, and it looks like we are going to go ahead and get into this third map here. We're figuring out what our comp's looking like. I don't see anything too crazy so far.
Yeah, pretty standard comp for our Idaho team. I mean, it makes sense. It's working. Is it the same comp. Oh no! Besides Sova, it's basically
It is
the same
basically the
comp
same. Yeah.
as last map right there. And honestly, okay, I want to say this. Fun fact: my first ever computer game was Valorant.
Really?
So that's how I learned how to like PC game was through Valorant.
Okay.
And it's a pretty tough one to like try and learn. I wish I did something a bit simpler, but I think it made me like better at like I don't know. It's paid off. It's paid off.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm excited for this game number 3. Yeah, the team comps, I do like that the Red Hawks have been willing to swap up their team comps for the most part. They have not played much of the same comp for the most part. Like, for example, they're bringing in the Cypher for the first time now, which I do agree with. I think that is the right pick to go for.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than the Sage pick from last match.
You know what else I actually really like as well? Is I actually like going for this double initiator comp that they've got going on for here. You don't really see double initiator very often. You kind of did back a little bit ago when smokes were a lot stronger and the dive duelists, you only needed to play one because people were not adapt to dive duelists quite yet. And so you would see a lot of double initiator, which I really, really like. I think having that much utility is super duper good, especially if you're just starting out learning the game, because then you just have a lot more stuns, you have a lot more flashes, you have a potential heal if you're a Skye. Like, there's just so much more utility that you can end up dumping on your opponent team that you might be able to do better. So I'm really hoping that we see something along those lines from the Red Hawks here.
And I also really like their comp. It seems a lot more well-rounded than the comp they had last map.
For sure.
Yeah, last map, it just really wasn't working on defense. But this comp is a lot more helpful on the defensive side. So once they swap sides, I will be curious to see if they do better.
Well, we're going to have to find out after this half. For right now, the Red Hawks are going to be attacking, and it looks like they've walked up 5 A main here. They have no more control, but there is only Malibot here on the site. He is going to be full blind, is able to teleport into a smoke, which is quite good for him. So now we'll see if he tries to make a hero play or not. GQ is here to back him up.
That shock dart did a decent chunk of damage to a couple of them, but Skye is just going to heal them on up. Skye's so good on pistol rounds, just always supporting the boys, but not when he's dead. Thanks to Malibot getting 2 here. Divs, bit of a run and gun. Logor getting 1 on Salem. Vandals hunting him down, and it's all left to Cinnamon Roll here, who does get 1. I think I already heard him use his rockets. Awesome Sauce has been awesome with that right-click sauce.
It's very good. Right-click every time I'm watching VCT and I just see the pros right-clicking. I'm like, I have to be right-clicking more. So I right-click more and I just whiff all 3 bullets. I don't know how they do it in a game like this.
It's literally a 50-50. Right? Back in the day, I was always hitting right-clicks, and now I don't think I've landed one in a year. I'm being honest. It's so crazy. It feels like I'm gambling every time I do it. I might just not know the strat. I don't know.
That being said, I think the right click on the pistol is one of the most unique things that
It's
Valorant
so cool.
has done with this gun. Because like in CS, all the right click does is it turns your gun into, I don't even know if it's a burst. It's definitely not a burst, but it does something to your gun that's weird and you don't ever use it. And so I'm like, oh, well, yeah, if you have the right click, yeah, it's a little bit more RNG, but it's also cooler in that regard. So I do like that a lot. Liking that a lot is what Logor is doing here.
Awesome sauce!
Finds 2 with 1 bullet.
No way that was through the smoke. Surely that smoke
No, he was not there. That smoke was not there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that is giving the Vandals the confidence in order to try and swing out here into this mid area.
And they're just kind of hiding here. Yeah, their goal is definitely to try and get at least 1 or 2, but they can't. It is going to be a flawless for Idaho.
Yeah, the Vandals are still feeling themselves with their aim right now. They're very comfortable. You can tell that they're very practiced when it comes to their aim.
Yeah, and that was a great mid hold right there. Awesome sauce, great support for I think it was Logor there. With the outlaw, gets 2 of them. Logor did a good job distracting them. And yeah, set up a nice 2 kills. And after that, they just snowballed the rest of the round.
Yeah, this will be the third round now that the Redhawks have sent it down as 5. I would like it if they had taken a little bit more time to lurk. Maybe not this round since they have the gun advantage going into it, but I do want to see probably after this round saying, hey, maybe we can send somebody to go try and get some lurk timing. It's probably one of our initiators, if I were to hazard a guess.
Yeah, and Logor, once again, is already lurked up all the way through mid. Nice shot from JQ. And yeah, Logor just has to deal with that trip. And it could be a fast flank, but he's not dealing with it. It is going to be an execute onto site here. Sova drone not really getting too much info. Oh, great Teo rocket!
Teo rocket.
Great Teo rocket. Sanguine gets one on Sky. Dips getting 2.
Okay, here we go.
Dips does have to be careful. He only has 10 HP, and if he drops that gun, it could...
Oh, the bomb hasn't been
Player
planted.
standing.
Oh, no. I thought the bomb was planted the whole time. It's
Oh.
not going to matter, though. Dips with the 3K. Picks it up there, right there at the very end.
Yeah, that spike not being planted could have... It could have been worse for Semo right there. They do get the round win still. But yeah, you definitely want to plant that spike a bit sooner. It just seems like it was just kind of chilling.
Fun fact, if you're Cypher, you want to put that trip on the door on the left of where he put it right there because it will actually go into the mid area. And then it'll go all the way into mid, actually. And so you have a hard time walking up from it. So
Oh, okay.
a little bit of secret tech there from ZG Finrear.
See, as Cypher, I place him on site. I don't place flank. No, I do. I don't. I'm not throwing, but
You just don't ever use them. Why use them?
yeah.
do they do
Wait,
in this
true
game?
wires for what?
Oh, speaking of not using them, JQ, immediate gun pick here onto Kamikaze.
yeah,
That's actually their dive duelist as well, so that is a very crucial pick. Dips hero play into the smoke, though. He is going to get droned out, but it doesn't matter. He should be swinging. Oh my gosh!
What? Okay, that was so bold. That's a play. If it works out, it looks amazing. If it doesn't work out, it's like, what are you doing? No one saw that right there. Just some fun to be had. Salem gets one on JQ.
Oh,
Nice Teo
and
rockets to stall the defuse. He still has another one in the chamber. Launches it. All right, time is a bit of an issue. Cinnamon roll.
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to be
Gets
pulling
one.
out your knife in that situation. You either need to think about reloading and tucking, or you gotta just
Wow.
classic or something.
That timing was so close right there. What 1.5 seconds remaining on that spike.
Yeah, that was good stalling coming in from the Redhawks there. That was very, very close to clutching up that round. So.
Yeah, and we do see the operator once again on the side of Idaho. We know how devastating that was in map number 1. Didn't really use it too much map number 2 and are bringing it right on back. We have not seen a B hit at all.
We have not. You are correct about that, actually. That kind of surprises me. And the B hits we did see were like through mid. So we have not seen any long play at all, which is a little surprising. But not as surprising as the Vandals not taking any control of this A main space. They know that the Redhawks do like to take it, so I'm surprised that we haven't tried to at least get information from it. However, Awesome Sauce here should have a lot of information here in a second that there is going to be a lot of players mid. Dips. Looking to see if he can find one on alert timing.
All right. Oh, man. All 5 going through. Art here. JQ sees a couple calling to his teammates. Please help. Help.
That's a cool shock dart. I like that. It's kind of like not like a really weak Sage ult, or slow, excuse me, where it can like kind of stall them because they don't want to get hit by it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, 3 right in a row for the Vandals there.
That's pretty good at stalling them, too. Getting 3 kills just like that. Oh, nice slow from Waylay. And, wow, that was the cleanest retake I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was very, very good. Shouts out Kamikaze getting one while blind. Very nice shot.
W Kamikaze right there. Wow.
Hey, got yours. Got yours.
Yeah. Hey, I got mine. Hey, where's everyone else's, okay?
They're working on it. They're working on it. They
Oh,
do have
that was his for the map.
Yeah. So he got his one and done. So.
Yeah. He can retire. He's good.
Well, the Redhawks do have 4 ults here going into this round number 5 here, so we're going to have to start spending them here if you don't want to be wasting those ult door points that you could be queuing throughout the rest of the match. So we'll see what they're doing. This looks like it will be the first true B hit that we've seen all map so far.
Yeah, they do have to deal with this op, so they have to Teo drone, but no flashes. They know the Vandals have an op on their side, and it's probably going to be B, so I would have liked to see some, maybe even just a classic little jump peek or something, or a blind, anything to try and swing off to get some information. Cinnamon Roll gets one on Logor.
Yeah, that was really good awareness that the whole team needs to be rotating in a scenario like this. And it's also good. They've dumped 2 of these ults now, so they have the information that A is pretty much a free bomb site. Vandals trying to rotate as fast as they possibly can. Oh man, JQ is just getting assaulted by these cabbages.
Yeah.
Running for his life. The Vandals have rotated so fast.
Oh wow, Malbois is in the smoke. There's
no way that the Redhawks
I'm
are
saying,
be ready for this.
okay.
Oh, they re-smoked it even.
Yeah, wow, classic. Man. I say he's good for 2. Oh. Not anymore. I take back my bet. Okay. Semo definitely taking their time. Still throwing utility, so Idaho knows they're here. With less than 30 seconds left, they have to get that spike down still. And Malbois.
Oh my, Awesome Sauce, look at the mini-map! Awesome Sauce was not able to see the Taeho there. I cannot believe they didn't see each other in that situation. Double rockets being committed for the post plant here.
JQ getting 2 still on the site. And JQ has his ult. He's going to pop it to try and stop the plant. But he plants it down, sacrificing his life so that Cypher can live on. It's a 1 versus 2 situation. Salem.
This positioning is so good. You're never going to expect him up this far. Salem has the opportunity to bring out this round, especially with this ult now. He's looking back Flowers. He has the information that they are on site. Tap goes down. This will be a half.
Gets a half. Does he?
Okay, he was thinking about it. I think he was going to try camming, but what the,
does he know?
whoa.
Okay,
What was that?
What? I don't know what he was looking at, but it was working. It worked in the end. Just some shots not landing.
Yeah, very closely played from Salem. I like everything that they did.
That was a great position right there. And I liked all of the ults they used, even though they didn't come out with the round win. They really tried to guarantee that round win by using both of their intel ults. Yeah, I really like that Salem ult just to be sure to know where that last person is. Just gotta land the shots at the end.
Yeah. Hey, that's all you need to do at the end of the day sometimes, is you just got to land the shots. So we'll have to see how they do that going forward in these rounds. They are going to be walking right into this op. Do they do the jump peek this time? We do get
there we go.
Flash.
There's a blind.
Nicely done.
Awesome.
Oh
my gosh.
Sanguine is now trapped here in this corner here.
That smoke is going to help him out, but that op is not going to be as effective now. Unless if he's bold enough to jump up top. Oh man, you could have wall banged that right there. Yeah, he also doesn't have his dash as well. He's just trapped in that little corner. Oh, he does have his dash. He's okay. Sanguine gets a pick on Kamikaze. He continues that Teo ult, but great movement. He gets right on out of there. Salem going through holes here, trying to take some space.
As well.
Yeah,
I really like that Taeho ult as well. I mean, this was I will say their ult usage has been one of the best that I've seen so far. They have been making so good use of their ultimates so far. And yeah, 2v3 scenario with one of your guys being an op. This is gonna be
Judge
really
versus
hard.
off close range. Which one wins?
Oh yeah. Well played there from Cinnamon Roll. I don't agree with picking up the op, but it's not that big a deal. Nice shot coming in from Logor. Gets a little bit of damage onto Salem here, and yeah, now both the players are low. I don't believe that we have any more heal. Our Sky here is looking to wrap up Heaven, potentially.
He has his ult. He could pop it, but I think he's just going to save it for another time. Goes with the fake, lands the shot, does have no idea where Sky is. He gets the half. Sky peeks on out Logor. Does he have time? Yes, he does with the clutch. So 1 versus 3 right there.
that was great awareness to hear this guy like running at him like that and to feel like, hey, I have enough time. I got half pretty easily. I think I can win this fight and I can take it comfortably, even though he was low on health. I mean, it's a lot more difficult and like there mentally is a lot harder, more hoops you have to go through in fighting a low height HP person. So
yeah. Okay, it's 6-1. Once again, Semo with a save. Salem investing a decent amount on that Spectre and Heavy Shield. We'll have to see if he can be effective with those purchases. Oh,
what a
wow.
Silva dart. Scanning
W
forward here.
dart.
Yeah, JQ, or not JQ, Red Hawks just need to go now. It's time. They have nothing to lose at this point. We're going to try and hop into the smoke.
And yeah, mid really has not been working out for Semo here. They've just been stalled in these little places here. They can't get past through Art here. Malabal gets one, Logor gets another, and the rest of the Vandals, they're just doing Vandal things. Another flawless for them. The Judge usage has been insane.
Not only the Judge usage, but Malabal's smokes have been insanely good, both in terms of timings and positioning. You almost never smoke off flowers in a scenario like that, but when you know there's 4, and you're like, I just need to hold off so that I can let Logor get set up, get a pick through the smoke, and then get myself set up so I can be positioned close to these guys, his smoke usage has been phenomenal this round. So Malabal is definitely making up for his last 2 maps performances, so...
Yeah, and sometimes if you're not fragging, you still are useful to the team. You still have all that utility. So as long as you're setting up your team for success with utility, that's all that really matters. A quick trade goes on out to start off the round. And I like this from Semo. They're switching it up. They are spreading out, trying to play it slow here and just play for picks.
Yeah, one thing about being aggressive is that the Vandals are starting to get really comfortable with walking up into one of these lanes that the Red Hawks have been neglecting, and so they're trying to take advantage of that, which it seems that they're doing a good job as they are kind of tempting the Vandals to not know which side they need to be playing on.
Awesome Sauce does get blinded. Teo Rockets go on down. He won't have those for the rest of the round. Oh boy, Malabal with the Judge once again gets spiked down, and there's another great smoke. Okay, chases him down. And yeah, it's all left to Cypher here. 30 HP to his name and 30 seconds left on the clock.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to try and get a pick here if you possibly can, but that's going to be so scary, especially when you know one of them has a Judge. They just need to jump around the corner.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be playing for exits here, saving his gun. Be pretty bold to...
I don't think that the Idaho is going to clear this. Yeah, there's no way they clear it.
Oh, boy! Because why not?
Jumping body shot.
Because why not?
You might as well. That is what he get. He definitely does not deserve that kill.
No,
I'll
he
give
does
it up.
not.
Bro, you cannot be jumping around a corner, pulling out your sheriff. What are you
Yo,
doing?
you have a Judge. If you're going to be jumping around, have to Judge at least.
What are you doing, bro? Quit throwing.
You just wanted some style points, I guess. And yeah, mid really has not been working out for Semo. Mid defense has been insane from Idaho. These Cypher trips, he's been putting one in Art, and then sometimes one on the other side as well. He's doing it again this round, and that has just been full on stopping all the mid pushes from Semo.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to get your either full man rushes or alert timings up through this mid area if you have those Cypher trips. So they're kind of getting stuck at a wall with a combination of the trips and the smokes. And yeah, the Vandals are playing a little bit slower now, as you can see that they were like, hey, these guys are defaulting on us, and they're getting pretty good picks. We got to slow it down. We got to not throw.
Yeah, Sanguine playing off the tripwire. Sky with a great read, recognizing that Sanguine had the possibility of being there and does do damage. Malavois it always seems like he's in the corner. How does Sanguine peek out and get that kill? I don't understand some of these kills being had. Malavois gets one, gets two, gets three. Flawless on the round. Malavois absolutely popping off with the Judge. Could not find much value for Idaho the past 2 maps, but has been going crazy with it on Pearl.
Yeah, the amount of rad angles that Malabois has found and has created for himself, even with the usage of their smokes, has been super duper good. They are definitely the star of the show for this game. But Sanguine did have a very nice shot onto the sky in order to get that opening series going. So that was a crucial opening pick.
Yeah, Sanguine just he's got that Valorant ego. If it's a dangerous angle to swing, he'll still swing it.
Oh my, what a weird.
Yeah.
Vandals are kind of weird for this. They do have a lot of money, but
kind of weird for it. Oh man, Logor getting another op kill here. Yeah, B is off limits.
I don't think I've ever run into an opponent that will hold double ops on a site. That is a new one for me. I'll give it up. I would be very thrown off my groove if I ran into that.
Really? Me personally, I probably would have predicted it.
You probably predicted it and, like, got 2. So.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of getting 2, Q has walked so far up here.
Oh,
The start is going to scan. Oh, my.
Okay.
And yeah.
Plays it safe.
Plays the corner very well.
That was
well
awesome.
done, well done. That was a good play. I was a little worried when he brought the drone out. Generally, if you shoot the dart, you wait to see what the dart scans. So we'll play. We'll play there in the end. So that will be one more round here in the half, bringing us to a 10-1. So far, the Vandals are looking quite dominant, as they have for the other 2 maps.
The economy is insane. The economy is booming for Idaho.
Yes.
That's probably like the best economy. That's probably the best economy I've ever seen.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah. They'll be living good, even if Semo comes back to like 10-10. I still think they can buy. I still think Idaho
even
can
going
buy
into the
what
next
they're
round, they're like,
getting.
yeah, we can buy. We've never had to save once in our lives, actually. But we are not going to end up saving here if you are the Red Hawks. Fake teleport? Okay, Malabois.
Oh my god, shock dart!
He gets 3?
What? 3 with the shock darts? What lineup is that? Please give us a tutorial, JQ. What in the world? You gotta be telling us that tech right there. Getting 3 is insane, and Idaho getting aggressive, trying to close out this round here in Sanguine with the help of Malabois. Just going in as bait, gets the last 2.
That was one of the craziest silver ults I've ever seen. I don't think he even darted for anything.
Oh,
it
wait,
was
was that? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was an ult.
Oh my god.
I let you hype it out. I let you hype it out.
Wow.
Don't worry. It was a silver
okay.
ult.
Did they change the icon?
No, it's
I don't
always
know.
been that. You're
Oh
tripping.
wow, I'm
You're
tripping.
Cypher made looking up.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I don't know why he just decided to pop ult like that. I wish I could have seen if he had either popped his drone or his dart, but that was a very good ult. I honestly think it would have swung the round because the Red Hawks were pretty much primed to dash onto that site and try and take it, and I think they would have done it. The Vandals were not quite ready to play for a flood retake in that scenario, but so very good ult coming in from JQ there.
That's a really tall trip I saw from Cypher. I think he adjusted it, but yeah, that one was definitely crouchable under. God, I'm such a casual for not knowing that icon. Unbelievable. I need to study up. But okay, Idaho trying to get on the site, a full 5-man on to B here. They cleared a corner.
Triple swing is going to be so
Dips
rough.
TP somewhere into the chaos, gets taken out. Logor getting one on Sky. What a crazy... These smokes are...
These are some of the weirdest smokes that I've ever seen, actually.
I think both teams were placing down some weird smokes. Okay, Cinnamon
Good dink
Roll.
from Cinnamon Roll.
Yeah.
That's going to make this a little bit easier, but that is going to make it a lot harder now, especially if you can't pick up that classic like that. Yeah, you just got to right-click and hope for the best, and fortunately, nothing is able to come of it. That is going to put the Vandals up to, I believe, 11 to... No, sorry, 12 to...
12 to 1.
12 to 1. I can count.
12 to 1, just like me for real every match I play.
You are, in fact, 12'1". Don't let it be known that Bradical_Brad is 12'1".
Definitely not 1'12".
No.
Just
couldn't be.
Just 2 feet. But yeah, it is game point. This is for the series. Semo, if you have it in you, if you have any life left, this is it.
In your heart of hearts, you got to do it right now. They've bought up as much as they can. I love this play from the sky, actually. Awesome Sauce is able to find the one. I have no idea if they're going to clear this. They definitely do. Looking the wrong way.
Surely you hear the footsteps on the other side. Malablaw gets
Down, B.
killed there. Okay, Sebo got 2 picks.
All right,
Round's not over. Round is not over. Sanguine is lurking up from mid. Logor getting that pick is huge. That's going to open up the whole entire site. It's all left to 2 of Semo, and they both go down thanks to Sanguine. And yeah, that dash hit was insane.
I think that was a latency thing that we caught in that case. I don't think it actually is supposed to look like that normally. But congratulations to the Vandals for their third place victory. Well fought, well earned. They definitely had a very good run for this tournament season so far.
Yeah, they got podium.
Yeah,
podium is always awesome. And I really would have loved to see the Vandals go up against the team that got second place in the tournament. That definitely would have been cool. Just unlucky how the bracket went through. But, yeah, great season for our JV squad. Going undefeated in the regular season. Going in the playoffs. Get a very close loss in semifinals. But bring it back in this third place match. Beautiful storyline, and I can't wait to see them next semester.
You got to feel good if you're a JV Valorant fan right now. They had a phenomenal season. Like we had mentioned earlier, they had grown so much as a team, even throughout this entire semester, just figuring out how they wanted to play the game, learning who each other even are, and getting to know one another, and then coming together and making a third-place run here in their first ever tournament run. So congratulations to them. They definitely deserve their third-place victory. We're going to go ahead and get our medals ordered here very quickly, I imagine, so we can get those to them on time. But that was the fastest game of Valorant that I think I have ever seen.
Especially for a best of 5.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fully prepared for a 4 to 5 hour. I'm here for an all-nighter. But yeah, they made good use of our time.
Yeah,
thank you, JV.
I mean, that's not to say that the Red Hawks didn't give it their all. I'm sure that they put up a very good fight on their end. I mean, they also had made it all the way to the top 3 qualifying match, whether or not they also
made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, they made it
That's
to the
really
semifinals.
good.
They did so well in their season as well, and I think we had the very good honor of playing them, and it was a very good match at the end of the day. So, and worst case scenario, you got VODs you can come look back on.
Yeah.
If you want to see the VODs, you should come over to the Idaho Esports VODs channel. I mean, we've got all the VODs from the rest of our tournament season coming up. So if you want to see how the rest of the Vandals have been doing throughout the season, you can go ahead and check that out over there. And then, obviously, I mean, you can come and follow us here on Twitch as well. But, like,
yeah, you can always
I'm not going to make you guys do that.
Yeah, we want to make you. Yeah.
I will make them use their Prime subscription, though.
Oh.
I like me a good Twitch Prime. If you guys are enjoying the content, then please use your Prime subs. We love that very much. It helps the program, even if it is just a little bit. So that one I'll shamelessly shill for. But that's probably going to be it for us for the rest of the show tonight. I believe that we are getting an interview set up with some of the players on the team. So we'll get a little interview, see how they're feeling. We'll get a little bit of a congratulations from them. I have not heard if that is set up quite yet, so we might need to stall for just a little bit longer while they get that going. But that is going to be on its way soon. I missed that production I was talking. Hopefully you got that. So.
I did not.
All right. We'll try that again. I might need to up the volume with that production thing because it is a little quiet. So it sounds like we are getting it going. Yes, production? Okay.
He's checking right now.
I just saw the person run into the lab, so they are checking it right now. We'll get it going here in the next little bit.
Great urgency right there.
Yeah.
But God, talking about that game, it was Idaho played so good.
They truly did.
Like very minimal mistakes, especially for a best of 5 series. Like they didn't do any throwing or trolling at all.
No, they definitely did.
They played it by the book every single round. They played it like it was match point every single round.
They did play phenomenally. I will give it up. They played like they're like, hey, we may have lost our semifinals match, but we're here to at least make podium, and we want to.
They were angry.
Put our foot down. Like, we will get this. Much
Yeah.
like Joe Vandal is angry, we will also be angry and get this third place if it ends up killing us. So
It's a statement for the future.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. Speaking of a statement for the future, hey, thanks you guys for tuning into the chat. This has been one of the more active chats that I've seen, at least as far as you guys have been. You guys have been very entertaining, and it's even if we haven't necessarily commented on all your things, we are watching, and it is a lot of fun seeing you guys chat about the game as it goes. So thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot to us, both in game and out of game.
Yeah,
your support means a lot to us. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shout out Cyber again because he comes all the way from the championship team, and just such great sportsmanship, being super positive in the chat, hyping us up. So thank you so much. Thank you for all those non-Vandals in the chat as well, and thank you. Well, obviously, thank you to the Vandal family. V's up.
The Vandal family, V's up. And that includes you and me. This was an excellent show that me and you had today. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on and commentary with you today.
Yeah, it was so fun. Hopefully, we cast a bit more. We've only casted like twice together.
This is only the second time, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, hey.
So...
All right, so we will be going to a BRB, guys. Thank you all for coming in, listening to us yap about a silly little video game for a couple hours. We will have an interview going up shortly, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, it's been a great season, and see you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the interview with 4 of the 5 members of the Valorant JV crew. One of them's sick as heck, and so he's getting medication on him. 3rd place, first trophy from ECAC Valorant's ever brought home.
Wow.
Okay, can we at least? I know
Disappointed.
we wanted second.
I gotta speak in the mic.
Share the mic. I know we wanted first. You don't get to talk about first because you still have a shot at first, Logan.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'll
come
get
on.
to that later.
You gotta bring home that trophy for us, okay?
I will. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
But like y'all still got third. It's still the first piece of software. You
Okay.
started this season only ever going full game 3s in 3-game series. Lord knows I heckled you enough for always losing your own map picks and winning the others.
I don't know if Logan, but we all have never been on a Valorant.
No, I've never been on a Valorant team.
I think I brought Logan in 2 weeks before the season started
Yeah,
because
I
he
didn't-
randomly mentioned in Rocket League, yo, I'm playing Valorant, and I went, I have an idea.
I didn't even have to try out.
Nah, he was
Okay,
on the team
don't
with me,
flex
dude.
that.
Yeah,
Low-key, though, best idea I've ever had. Like, start of the season, little bumpy.
Really? That was flawless.
I mean,
2-1,
how
2-1,
many,
2-1,
how many
2-1.
losses do we even have?
Just the one when it
Yeah,
kind of really
exactly.
mattered.
Okay. You're not talking about that match tonight.
First season for most of you with our program. I'm super
Yeah.
proud of you guys. Logan, first time on Valorant. I'm also really
Yes.
proud of you being a 2-title athlete for me, who I will mention is back on Thursday for a big trophy instead of like the small
Yes.
trophy.
Yep.
But don't worry,
Hey,
guys.
Grimace.
Size doesn't matter. Production's gonna kill me for making that joke. It's fine.
I mean, we're JVs. Is that number 2? So size does matter.
I don't care anymore
Yeah.
at this point. I take the trophies where I can get them.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna start down there on that end. Give me your thoughts on the season. What third place means to you. Well, let me rephrase that. What winning a trophy means to you. And really have to swallow that microphone.
Okay.
That microphone. Hold on. Give me the mic. No, we just never turned it on. So try caring this time.
Okay. I cared a lot about that trophy that we just got. But it would have been nice to get first place. And overall the season, I low-key wish we lost a regular season game. Because I think if we lose, we get to first place.
You bounced back incredibly well from that loss. And I do think I told you this. I do think I told you guys this after last week. I prefer my teams going 6-1 instead of 7-0 in regular season.
Mhm. But-
Pass it to the man with the grimace.
Swallow
Swallow the microphone.
Oh, okay. Underwhelming. I'm gonna be honest. 12-3, 12-2, 12-1.
13.
Oh, 13. I don't even
You
know.
play Valorant and you forget how many points you need to win.
I mean, I focus more on the songs than the game itself. But I mean, it was a fun run. Wish we got second though. We should have got second.
No, we
Van's
should've
not
got
even
first.
shooting for first over here. I'm on board with this.
Well, no, but like, I think we lost to Sacred Heart fair and square, but we should have beat the other team. Sacred
ESU?
Heart. No, but I lost to Sacred Heart.
Oh, Plymouth
State.
State.
Yeah, Plymouth. Yeah,
Got lucky
PSU.
at the bracket.
I don't need a mic.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a headset.
Oh yeah.
Legitimately, I still kind of blame myself for that last round.
No,
I'm
that's
being
ridiculous,
honest.
bro.
I'm being honest.
That's ridiculous.
We almost made it. Like this guy got 2, made it winnable.
Okay, if we're gonna go there, then I'm just gonna say that in order to be in a 13-11, a 12-11 situation, there were 11 other the 12 other rounds that went wrong that weren't
Yeah.
all on you.
Yes.
You can't nitpick over each individual round.
It's
Fair
true.
enough.
This isn't
I'm
League
happy
of
we
Legends
got
where you can
podium,
nitpick
though.
over one team fight. You can't nitpick over each individual round.
Fair enough. I'm happy we got podium. I'm gonna try and shoot for first.
You better.
Hell
I
yeah.
expect nothing less.
I, for one, am very happy about this result.
I'm glad somebody is.
Being
'cause-
being the lowest rank on the team, playing a completely other different playlist. Like I don't have a lot of Valorant experience at all, and it was fun that I could just hop in with these guys and we went all the way. Like we lost one dumb game by one round, and we got as far as we could otherwise. So that's enough for me, honestly. And it was a fun season too.
Uh,
Lowest rank. I need to get a silver account and I'll play with you. You're getting a gold plat easily.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
we don't talk about
I'm here
that
for the
on
love of the
stream.
game.
Really?
No, we don't talk about that on stream. Before we send this home for the night, I do want to give each of you an opportunity to shout out any viewers, anybody you care about, that helped you along so far this season. I'm going to start in reverse order over here with Logan.
I'm doing shout outs.
Yeah. Of course
Ooh,
you're doing
okay.
shout outs.
Firstly, my 4 teammates. I love them very dearly. It was fun to get to know them. My girlfriend, who always watches my streams. Her parents, who watch them as well. And then my parents, too. So
Aww.
I'm gonna go down the same road. 4 teammates. I did not ask to play duelist for the team. I kind of wanted Jack's role, and they kind of just gave me all the kills, and I appreciate it. So, I would also like to shout out one of my friends. I think might be on stream. I don't know. He goes by Phantom Tiger Man.
Oh, he was on stream, yeah.
Yeah, he's my duo. I got him. And then my mom and my dad, who my mom introduced me to the game in the first place.
I need to dive into that more with you because that's fascinating.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no. She said hey, there's a game you can play. I'm like, sure.
So what I'm hearing is on the trophy I put dedicated to Sanguine's mother.
Sure.
Thanks for making him play.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
Let me talk, Chris.
Fine.
I'd like to
yapping,
thank
guys.
my Grimace Egg, LeBron James, like the GOAT, Delightful Derek, Walk 'em Down Ted. Those are my goats. They motivate me to get up in the morning and play this game.
Well, I don't really know anyone that watches the streams. So I guess shout out to the one Sacred Heart player that watched. That was cool.
CyberQ CEO.
All right, as we wrap this season for Valorant, we wrap this stream, I do also want to give a special shout out to both to Diabolic from the Valorant varsity team for taking these guys under his wing for playoffs, offering great tips, and then Elliot Schmidt as their coordinator for this season, making sure they actually showed up and hit the check-in button, which is harder than it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. From all of us here at University of Idaho Esports, thank you so much for tuning in for Valorant. We want you back in person or on stream Thursday night at 5. As Rocket League varsity takes on Juniata College in the grand finals there. You'll see that man playing his better game, if you can believe it.
Yes, sir.
Take it.
It'll be a best of 7 action here on Thursday. From us here in the Bruce Pittman Center, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe and go Vandals.